What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Gonzo, and today for Creator Chat, I have Professor Metri. Professor Metri, how you doing today, my friend?
Great. I appreciate you having me on the channel today.
Thank you for coming on. So there's a little bit to talk about. We have the Van Gogh stuff. I talked a little bit about that with Bob this weekend on a special edition of Creator Chat. And then today, Opossum kind of called out some drama.
Oof, I watched that video already.
It was so good. So good. And that's the thing. It's because a lot of people think I'm an Opossum simp. To an extent, I am, just because I would say I'm friends with them at this point. But as someone who is on a podcast with them, the Critical Hit podcast, guys, go check it out. Besides his own channel, I'm sure at this point, starting a podcast with them, you are friends level with them. Yeah. How do people react to you when you either don't defend them or you do defend them? Or just you share out his videos?
I actually have a very, very neutral standpoint on anything in the community. You won't see me publicly share anything drama related, comment on anything drama related, or pick a side anywhere. I like to stick out of it. I do have my own opinions on it. I don't mind sharing them. You know, there definitely is always a right and wrong. Someone's always in the right, someone's always in the wrong, and not necessarily always in the right or wrong, but you know, some people just aren't as open-minded and don't see things as clearly as other people. I think Opossum really does have a great foundation on his shoulders for what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable.
Absolutely. And Opossum Bud said in the comments, you get pitchforked. Because I'm sure he gets it all the time too, just by supporting a friend. Because I don't know, it's funny when I first started sharing out Opossum's videos a lot. Like, this is some good shit. Like, the community needs to hear it. Yeah. I got banned by 3 people, banned and blocked. I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry that I shared out information that's calling you out. But today's video, if you guys haven't seen it, Opossum pretty much called out the hypocrisy of another content creator by calling someone out, and other content creators not jumping on them and attacking them, just calling them out. Like, if you're going to throw stones, you better be ready to get it back. Like, if you can dish it, you better be able to take it. And the other content creator just couldn't take it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think part of why I typically don't engage is not so much because I don't support one side or the other, but I try to stay mindful of the person on the other side.
That's a fair argument.
So I completely support what Opossum and, you know, Nick, and not so much CTR, and he's a little bit more aggressive in my personal opinion.
Just a little.
While I think the idea behind, you know, calling certain people out and trying to protect the community from hypocrisy, from scalping, from any sort of thing that is not beneficial for the community, I don't necessarily agree with everything that's said, but I agree with the overall you know, body of what they're trying to share, which is typically why I don't pick sides. My whole mantra, you know, I like to see peace, so I don't like to see people arguing. But
it's different. I totally understand where you're saying from, and I personally try to stay out of the drama just on the channel. And sometimes I'll bring it on because it brings out good entertainment.
Yeah.
But overall, maybe it's because I'm a grown man. I'm tired of children's games within adults. I will admit I do lean more to the sides of, hey, we're going to be adults. If you want to act this way, we're going to act this way back. But it might be also because of my old occupations, where treat those how you want to be treated and mirror your actions. And that's kind of how I did my policing when I was in law enforcement. Like, all right, I'm going to walk up to you with as much respect as I can. But until you start cussing at me or swearing at me or trying to get aggressive, then I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to go back. But maybe that's why I tend to go that way. But it is nice to see that, because me and Opossum don't agree on everything either. I've been in his comments. I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with this, but hey, this is my standpoint. This is my viewpoint, and you can have a conversation with Opossum, and that's what a lot of people don't get. They just like they think his persona on his videos is how he's going to act in a text format in a DM. Yeah. He'll respond and he'll be professional about it, and he'll lay out the points. But he's as aggressive as he is on video. To me, this is the way I see it, because that's a YouTube persona at this point.
I was just gonna say that after all of the Critical Hit podcasts, we always spend he's in the chat right now. I just saw him.
Did you?
We have a bunch of legends. We got Roxanne too also here.
Yeah, Roxanne, this week nerd stuff. Son of a Merc, Grumpy Charizard, Joshua Ortiz, who's buying us plane tickets to go eat pizza with him. So that's nice of him. Anish, King's Empire, they're all legends.
He's one of my friends.
I think I've seen him before, maybe once or twice. I don't know if on my channel, but I know I've seen him around. Maybe I saw some.
He's probably only been on my channel because he doesn't watch any YouTube channel except for me. He's my friend in real life.
Oh, okay. So maybe there's another very unique name like that I saw on the Critical Hit podcast this weekend.
Actually, no. He was probably watching that.
That's what I said. Maybe that's why I saw it. Yeah. Supporting the homies.
Yeah.
But go ahead. You were saying about Opossum and just persona.
We get some time after the podcast to talk to each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's weird that we're talking about Opossum when he's sitting in chat. But
fuck Opossum.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do? Block me? He might. He's a mod.
and we said this about Pokerev also, where there really is a YouTube persona. When I am talking to, it is so weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of weird talking to him, and just he is he's very down to earth, very easy to talk to, and you don't get that from his videos. So it's kind of weird. And when you see Pokerev off of his channel, he's he doesn't mind cursing. He's super real. He doesn't have let's go guys. Whoa.
Yeah.
He's like
you can't keep up that kind of positivity for so long. Yeah. That keeping up that personality for so long must be taxing. He had to see myself, and Irene is I don't want that. Yeah. And I was the same way when I think I talked about it with Bob on the Lost podcast. I try to tone myself down a little bit because a father said hey, I like your stuff, but I can't watch it with my kids. I'm oh, that sucks. Let me tone it down. I can't do this. I apologize to the guy in the DM. Hey, I gotta be me. So fuck off. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, guy. I saw him in the chat already. He's a good guy, great guy. Sorry you can't watch this with your kid, because I know how much he also, just like most of us, like to learn and talk to other content creators in the space.
So, fun fact, you'll never hear me curse at all. I don't say a single bad word. You won't hear from me.
And that's I'm not going to judge you about that.
No, obviously not. But just I thought it's
if you show off your titties though for free $99, we might have a problem. Because I need to know where to get it first off.
It's free for you.
Free. Okay, good. My toes are not free, so !point tips for toes if you want to see that.
Speaking of not actually tips for toes, but just the fact that so I was obviously that I don't know where that started from, but I definitely led into that one stream with Opossum where I was
that came from you.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it was.
I donated 3 times for it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was before that because that just took over. It was !point, help out the channel or something real generic. And then me and Opossum were talking about feet and toes and hey man, and he said today in his video, you do what you need to do to make that money. And so I was fuck, I'll show off my feet. And then you tipped show them, bitch. And I was yeah. Well, you didn't say that. I'm taking it out of context, but you're all right, you called my ass out, so I did. And then the chat just went nuts from there.
And then I got my recognition for you, knew my name. And then we had the Critical Hit podcast, and you kept asking, dude, why aren't you on the podcast? Why aren't you? Yeah, because
I saw you modding in the chat. I'm what? Yeah. So for you guys who don't know,
that was so funny.
I know Professor Metry from chats. I didn't know because you don't self promote like I do, like Ian does.
Yeah. I never posted any of the self-promotion, those Discord. I always see Ian's in any Discord you go in, the self-promote, you'll always see Ian's video in there.
Ian is a master of the self-promotion. And I'm not mad at it. I do it every once in a while too.
Oh yeah,
And same thing with Bob. I wanted to talk about with Bob for a while because I didn't know he was a content creator until Card Party. And then I was like, because like I just see him in chat. I just see you in chat. I see you in the comments. I'm like, oh, awesome. And then I was like, oh, critical hit. Oh, then I see him like, oh, he must be modding for all these guys. I'm like, hey, why aren't you on here? And you're like, I am. I'm like,
like I'm right there. I'm on the screen. there's 3 people on screen, and I'm one of them.
yeah, because it was you, Opossum, and Rock. And I'm
Rock,
like,
yeah.
What? Yeah, so I was like, so I went straight to your DMs like, holy shit, I feel like a D-bag. You want to come on and talk about it, make me look like an asshole in front of the whole world? But damn,
so
yeah.
Who did you think the last person was?
Star, because I never see him in the I never see him in the comments or in chat. So I was like, oh, it's probably Star. Yeah.
We also both have beards.
Yours is a little more kept than, well, at least mine. Star was a little back in the podcast, so I couldn't really tell, especially since I was watching from my phone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't fault you for it. My channel's not that interesting. Nobody subscribed to it. If you guys are actually feel free to unsubscribe.
No, like after I found out about it, I told you I binged like 6 or 7 of your videos. Dang. And your most recent one is the one that sticks out to me because of how fucking jaded you got on these mystery packs. So it's one of those videos where he opened up a mystery box. It was like, hey guys, this is kind of my fault, but look how scummy this is. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty. It was pretty shitty.
Honestly, it obviously took more research on my part, but it's really easy to do that kind of research on eBay.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those ones that even Opossum made a video about a couple weeks ago. If you're not reading, it's your fault.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a real scummy post to do something like that. Because a lot of people don't know how to read. I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I joined the military.
It's funny. I can't relate as well as Opossum, but Opossum can to these military jokes.
Yeah. Well, he knows how to read. That's why he joined the Air Force.
But yeah, I buy a lot of stuff off. I buy a lot of stuff off eBay, and even I've learned a lot just from that. Where there was a time I bought a pack of Crystal Guardians, and the seller had good reviews, and there was maybe one bad review. And I was like, okay, the seller has good reviews. It's probably good. What were those good reviews for? Buying empty packs. And I was like, all right, that's like, you can see what they're buying. They're buying empty packs. And I was like, that makes so much more sense. And it's definitely a red flag.
Yeah, it was all his buying instead of selling. R&D Pokemoner says, Gonzo, that hair is looking like an early 2000s emo band. Tonight, it's trying to cover that eye. It can. I keep trying to get it out of my eye. So
I can cover mine.
I can cover, yeah. I'm just not ready to let it go for the mullet. I just want the back to get a little longer so I can
my hair is so long, but it's so curly. And sometimes I straighten my hair just for the heck of it.
Gonzo Bear. I don't. Because I have I was gonna say I'm part of a huge gay community. I'm not. So I am surrounded by a huge gay community within my family and friend group because I have 2 sisters that are gay. One of my best friends is gay, and like I in San Diego, there's a giant. We have one of the biggest gay communities in America besides San Francisco. So every time someone calls me a bear, I'm like, no, I'm no bear. Keep letting it grow. Mine's at 2 years. I can't let it grow. I got to cut it at one point for a mullet.
How long is that? How like time wise?
I said I would have it for a year, but I'll probably cut it by the time Card Party comes around, if it or after Card Party, depending on how long it is, because I kind of want to get long enough where I can donate the back of it.
You need a lot of hair for that.
Yeah, I've donated before right out of high school, so I think I was growing it out from like 8th grade to till I got out, so at least 4 to 5 years.
I feel like my hair stops growing after a certain point. We got Jay in here.
Yeah, Jay, and he's about to go start his own channel. Not his own channel, his own live stream.
Congrats, Jay, on your channel. Congrats on starting one.
Yeah, he did technically start a new one. He started a podcast channel. Blink 026. Fuck you guys. I mean, it makes sense. They're also from San Diego. What else? My phone died, says everybody. Kyle Young, thank you guys so much for stopping in, saying hello to everybody. That's cool. My dad donated like 3 times. I wish I had the time to do it, but the military is like, nope, cut it. But on the Q&A side of the chat from Rock Sandy, why is Metri such a cutie patootie?
I was just born like that.
You just give him a little dance. That's all he's getting. But let's go on to enough of Opossum, enough of Nick, because fuck that guy.
Screw both of them. Or
fuck
the same person.
Yeah, I was about to say, screw him so much we'll use his government name. Fuck that guy. It's so funny too. Oh, man, okay, I know you're not a vendor and you said that, but I do it to all my friends. Like once we get on a higher level of friendship, I'm like, people are like, oh, you know Metri? I'm like, yeah, fuck that guy. I do it to Jay all the time.
I mean, you can do it now. Yeah. This is our first time
but that's also how
with each other for the most part.
Yeah, more or less. Because after I found out, I'm like, oh, he is a content creator. Yeah. Oh, he's been doing a lot of it. Like that's when I'm like, okay. But that's how I'm one of those people. Like if I'm talking shit to you directly to your face or to you about other people, yeah, we're friends. Opossum says, ouch. I know he's lying because he doesn't have feelings. He even said that in a comment earlier. But let's go back to you and your channel. Let's
do it.
So how did your channel originally start? Has it always been Pokemon, or was it something completely
actually, yes,
different?
It has always been Pokemon. So I have always collected since I was like in elementary school or younger. I literally have a video on my channel when I was like, it was my 3rd birthday, and I was showing my mom, who was recording me, the cards I got for my birthday, and it was like base set Magneton and it's actually my most viewed. It's my collection video, but it's the most viewed one on the channel. And the first like 20 seconds of it has a clip of me when I was for my 3rd birthday.
Is it my entire $5,000 Pokemon card collection? Okay, let's see if I can scroll and find.
It's like the first like 20 seconds.
Okay, I got it.
But yeah, so I always collected, and throughout high school and like middle school, I didn't collect. Oh, you pulled it up actually.
yeah. This is the best part of the podcast. I do have the volume down. Oh, you want to hear it? Okay.
You don't have to. You're gonna see me say this one and this.
I'll just drop a like.
This card.
Oh,
this card.
Oh,
I don't think I'm 3. I think I'm like 4 or 5.
This card. That's 8.
This card.
2002. Jesus Christ.
Although most of those cards. So 2002, I was turning 6. I was turning 5.
Dang, Gonzo's a professional caster.
Dang, he's not sleeving them. Yeah, actually, all those cards are gone. So
I believe it.
It's actually funny how it happened though, but I had a binder with them, and I go to church every Sunday, and when I was young, it would be like me and my 2 best friends. Every single Sunday, we have our Game Boy and our binders, and we're constantly battling, we're constantly trading. And there was a Sunday where I left my binder in the church, and the next week I came back, the binder was there, and the cards were not. Damn. And that was like devastating. That was like, that was probably 3rd grade that happened.
Jeez.
And I remember I had a base set, which isn't like that card. Like I could probably get these cards today, but like a base set Blastoise, a base set Alakazam. I had all those cards that were shown there. And I had a lot of Neo cards also, because there was still some cards in the binder. And one of the cards was a Light Sunflower, and I still have that card from like the OG binder that I used to have as like a 6-year-old.
I think I have that card or had it in a stack of cards that I have for like that I throw in for extras for the giveaway winners. Yeah. I might have given that one away. Man, I should have waited.
I was sorry, I was just reading chat, but anyway, I'll continue on. So
write that down.
Throughout like middle school and high school, I didn't really collect too much. My parents, I think in middle school, maybe it was elementary school, actually probably until like 5th and 6th grade, my parents would get me like packs for like Christmas or my birthday and stuff. But like after that, not so much. So like my bread and butter is the EX era. I have a ton of cards from that era. It is my favorite era because I used to open Deoxys packs, Unseen Forces, Delta Species, my number one favorite. And then obviously I as a child, you can't really buy packs for yourself. They're kind of expensive comparatively to your lunch, which is my lunch was $1.70. A pack was like $5. I'm like, I could buy lunch 5 times or 3 times, and I could buy a pack of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I was a little chubby child.
I'm a chubby man now. I just went to the doctor today, and she looked at my numbers, and she's like, and it's a VA doctor, so her husband's a vet and everything. So she just looked at the numbers, looked at me, and goes, "They're not good, bro." And I was like, "Oh, great." They're better than the last time I saw her, so that's a plus. But they're still not what she wants them to be, and they're not what I want them to be too. So my fat ass is gonna go to the gym after this, and probably eat a Subway sandwich while I'm on the treadmill.
I'm on like a massive fitness grind right now, and eating really healthy. It's been a little over 3 weeks. I've lost 9 pounds.
That's a good amount.
I've tried like intermittent fasting. I've tried all sorts of diets, and nothing. Intermittent fasting used to work. My lowest I've ever been. I don't care about like my weight or anything. My lowest I've ever been, like as an adult, was 205.
Fuck, I wish I was back down to that.
And I'm 6'1", and I was intermittent fasting and exercising was going great. And then obviously I gained it all back. I tried to intermittent fast again. It just would not stick. I was like always hungry, always miserable. And now I'm doing something a lot more sustainable where I just eat healthy and I go to the gym.
Yes.
I watch what I'm eating. I watch calories and stuff like that. I count it as much as possible. And it's great. I've included a lot more protein and vegetables, and I stay full longer. Highly recommend just eating healthy. Change what you eat, not what you do.
But shit food tastes so good.
Honestly, it was so hard to break the like addiction to sugar. And I'm just starting to get to a point where like after I eat or like throughout the day, I don't crave like candy. I used to eat candy like
so you gotta eat
more. I would probably eat more weight in candy than I would in water, than drinking water. And it was like I was obsessed. And
you would hate my neighborhood during Halloween then. Yeah, you might if you like candy, because my neighborhood is like one of those neighborhoods you would see on like movies where the crowds are packed. You can't drive a car down the street. Like we just bought $200 worth of candy just so we can hand them out for Halloween. It's rare if we have leftovers. And I'll give out like 1 or 2 pieces at a time. Hell no, Dan, I'll make it free. Grass energy salad is my favorite.
Opossum and Rock have been like formulating a business this whole time in chat.
And that's okay. That's
we're gonna get a split though, because like we're providing a platform.
We're providing a platform from
yeah.
This isn't free. Well, what I saw a little bit of the business.
It's something about sleeves.
Yeah.
We're involved. We're on the board.
We're involved.
We're board members.
Yes. They're not on strike yet. They need to come to the table and negotiate first.
20% stake.
Yeah. Just pay me in steak and we're good.
You guys get nothing. Rock, you're. I don't know why I'm really typing and Rock, you're not old enough to own a business, so we'll just take on the funds until you're old enough.
I wish that was a true statement, but have you seen all those kids that like run lemonade stands and make bracelets out of the garage and become multimillionaires because someone's like, "Oh, you're an entrepreneur. I'm gonna buy your business, kid." Like,
I'm gonna buy your lemonade for $1 million.
Yeah, Bay Showcase says, Opossum Bo, what is up, dude? So glad to see you in the chat and be able to interact with you in real time. How do you know it's no, that's not Opossum. That is AI Opossum.
Let me know if you hear my fan. I just turned my fan on because it's kind of hot in my room.
I turned on my fan because I'm fat and my balls sweat and I hate smelling them when I'm sitting in my chair.
Nice.
Yes.
But I mean, you don't hear it, right?
No, I don't hear it.
All right.
If you can, if you can't, okay, good. But going back to your fitness kick and everything, I've always wanted to like try to get on board with one of those like content creator like fitness challenges, because I'm very competitive and I think that's the only way I would stick to something, just so I don't come in last place. If I don't like, I'm honest, I don't give a shit. I'm so competitive that I don't give a shit if I win. I just don't want to come in last.
I just don't want to be
that
last.
loser. Yeah. So
you gotta set a goal.
Wife, yeah,
you
even my
wife.
Yeah, my wife one day she was like, "Why don't you get with your friends, like some of my local friends I play D&D with, like do a fitness challenge with them?" I was like, "With my D&D friends, the people who are bigger than me, I'm already the smallest person there. I'm already winning." She was like, "Yeah, that's fair." But yeah,
you don't gotta do anything. You'd be first place.
Gonzo, I challenge you to a lift off, says Grumpy.
Master Metri Potters.
I can also write papers in EPR bullets for you. Nice. Riz Master Metri Potter sleeve. Okay, perfect. That's why they pay you the big bucks, Nick. Opossum my
sleeves. You mean card condoms? You ever see that
card
meme with the Charizard where it's like, yeah, I got protection.
Yeah, pulls out the Charizard,
and then you have the Charizard in the sleeve.
Yeah, I think so. It's somewhere over there. But let's backtrack instead of fitness because we know you're a big health guy. At this
I
point.
Can go back to continuing to the chat. I got kind of sidetracked at that.
I get. We're gonna get sidetracked all the time. We know the Critical Hit podcast talked about it a little bit. The Black Friday Van Gogh shit that happened on a Wednesday in Europe. That was insane. So do you have any hot takes that you didn't bring up during your podcast, or is there something new that came to light that you want to talk about?
No, I did mention it during the podcast, but I just think it's so funny how it failed on both fronts.
Yes.
Where it was an online thing and an in-person thing, and neither of them went well. Like they didn't like you would, I don't know, maybe just focus on one or the other, because if you're gonna do them both wrong, it doesn't help anyone.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't know how like a company so big, so massive, so many resources just
fails so hard. Yeah,
they have to know who they're catering to. Like at this point, especially after the last 3 years, with they 100% have to have heard about things like with scalping for like Shining Fates, especially during COVID, with distributors, like not distributed, the people who stock shelves at like the Target and Walmart, like being followed, and like just any promo that comes out where people will even steal them from factories that because they want to sell them for money. Like here is now another promo in English, and because we don't always get as many cool promos as Japan does.
No,
Japan. I feel like Japan does a much better job, like not better job at handling it, but
they have a better job of how to obtain it.
No, I don't know if that's it. Just whenever they distribute it, it might not be fairly, but there's like no issues with it. Where like it'll go out. Maybe some person will get 1 million of them, and that kind of sucks. But you're not having like people try and kill each other over it. You're not having these issues where like people are blocked out as if they're bots, or as far as I know, like it just, you hear like of hoarding in Japan because, you know, they know now that the Western people are going to spend their money on as much money as possible on any promo. And now, like, I don't know, they just did not. They did not.
No. I feel like, especially on the online front, they should have handled it the last couple times they did the special delivery Pokemon ones and just do a lottery, an email lottery, and do it in waves. But because even then the bots are still going to put out their emails. People with multiple email accounts are still going to do it. But at least it's a little limited, and it's just a little more fair for the everyday person who's not going to get up at 6 a.m. to try to sit on a computer to attempt to get blocked out of an account. Because the same thing happened with the Zoomies skateboards. They got botted hard. People fucking were on there, got the board on a minute, and then the next minute it was all sold out.
I don't think people realize how. And I know, and I only criticize Pokemon because of the size of the company they are, but how hard it is for even a lot of other companies that are just as big or whatever, but like to block bots. You think
I know.
Like, yes, putting a CAPTCHA is a very simple thing, probably would have helped a little bit, but people underestimate how easy it is to make a bot that makes bots to do whatever you want. Like you cannot control it's hard to explain it in like I'm trying to find a way to like put it where you can't find every loophole that a bot can find.
So I had this argument with someone over the weekend in Just Joshin's Discord server. He's like, they should just ban bots. I'm like, that's easier said than done. I was like, banning a bot is a reactionary thing, and you can only ban it once it's already happened.
Yeah.
So you're always there's no manpower. There's not enough. So in order to put the manpower in there to ban all these bots in real time, they're at this point just do everything manually. But again, just like you said, for the person making the bots to use the bots, they're one step ahead. So they're like, all right, I just got it here, and I'm going to use this version of this bot, or I'm going to use this one. It's going to be a reactionary thing, and it's a losing battle. They're fighting a losing battle with these bots, and there's no real good way to me there's not, because I'm not a programmer. So maybe someone else who is a computer programmer and has dealt with making bots and banning them, maybe they can have a better idea of how to say it. But it's a one step behind process, probably even more than that.
It's funny because I am a software engineer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But the reason I don't make bots or anything like that, nor have I ever tried, because not because I've never needed
not
to.
yet.
I have one of my friends who
always
makes bots for like Supreme drops and stuff like that, which is an issue was in here before. But honestly, a lot of my bot knowledge, and this is going to sound really dumb, comes from RuneScape, which I honestly still.
Your age is definitely showing on that one.
Bots. And one of the things I like about RuneScape is they have the developers are like very close ties to the community, so they're always like telling like what's going on. It is like so hard to ban bots, or there is bot detection. There is very powerful bot detection, and it'll take hours or a day or two for a bot to figure out how to bypass bot detection. It is just so easy, especially with AI nowadays is more powerful than ever, that you can just figure out ways to get by things. And so I don't have a solution on how they could prevent all of this botted stuff to be gone. Honestly, the whole, so when they first did one of the promos, the like Bidoof one with the flying Bidoof, you had to be signed up to their newsletter, which at first was I'm sure a lot of people weren't, because a lot of people signed up, including myself, after they released it. Like, oh, maybe if they have a newsletter, like they'll release another only newsletter promo, like only if you have a newsletter, which that only works once. And they can think of like different things where if you meet this criteria, you can get it, and it can bypass bot. Because right now it's a huge issue, in not just in Pokemon, in anything that's hyped up, from like certain clothing, shoes, whatever. It's the whole thing.
Because even Magic the Gathering had that issue with the One Ring, like some of their stuff were getting scalped and bought out. So you're right. Everyone, and there's always going to be an issue with bots. It's incredibly hard to ban them, and absolutely with the new AI technology coming on it's going to be stupid difficult.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say we have DigiSmithy, TCG, R&D Pokemoners. Well, I was going to say you, but you're there. Shinyvert, what's going on, my friend? E-Man Collects.
Hi, Sarah.
Pokahavi, Sarah.
Sarah's my sister-in-law.
Sarah Metri. Okay, well, I was like, because I scrolled up too high, I'm like, there was a Sarah down there? Yeah, King's Pokemon. But Ghastly's comment said, this one kind of made me giggle a little bit when I read it. Well, they can't even cut cards or put them in the packs in the right direction. So is it telling of what's going on the technical side? No, but at the same time, there's no real. The Q&A is just, it's borderline non-existent. It feels like at this point, but it's not as bad as making people think it is. Yeah. Hello, Vert. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I think their online problem. You know what? I'll give them a little slack, but their in-person problem, way worse.
Way worse. Yeah, it did remind me it definitely was a Walmart Black Friday deal going on, it seemed like, in there. From the Q&A side, Retro Poke Gamer says, Metro, I think he means Metri. What is your most favorite item in your collection? Which item has the most memories for you?
Most memories. Okay,
Yeah.
definitely
not the ones that were stolen.
This Charizard right here. This was so every year I do a birthday. So my favorite item.
We
is
all
my
do
Roaring
a birthday every year.
Yeah, my Roaring Skies box is behind all of these,
Mm.
but this Charizard highlight of my birthday. It was my first stream. It was actually on Twitch. This was like before I had the channel, and so this goes more into how I started the channel. But I'll get into that a little bit later. But it was my first stream ever. There was no channel yet. It was just I'm gonna stream on Twitch, and I opened so much product, and I had so many family members over, had so many friends over, and I probably had like 250 packs or so or more of all different sets, all the way from like Sword and Shield, like which had just come out. I think it was only up to like Brilliant Stars was even out. It was, I think the newest set was maybe Vivid or something like that, or Chilling. But a lot of packs all the way up to like I had a lot of Shining Legends, a lot of Cosmic Eclipse, a lot of Evolution. I had a lot of vintage Black and White, and I had a lot of stuff. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we were opening obviously the Evolutions packs, and I had one of my cousins opening it, and obviously like it's just pulling the Charizard. The whole room went. I literally had like 15 people in my room. My bedroom is not even that big. Everyone started screaming and shouting, and it was crazy. It was so much fun, and we were all going crazy. And it's just probably one of the best memories I ever had opening Pokemon cards, and it's with that Charizard.
Cool. That's really cool.
So yeah, that's definitely it.
The
Leonhardt scream.
The Leonhardt scream. Yeah. Shiny Vert saying CGC. Vert is CGC #1 fan. He's not wrong. Shiny Vert says young Metri. Oh, yeah. Oh, are we producing the young Metri again? He wasn't. Shiny Vert wasn't here. I saw you. I think he's trying to summon you like Candyman.
I don't know what's going on.
If young Metri doesn't trust you, I'm gonna squirt you. Hey, you can squirt me all you want. I know how you eat your banana. I got this. Everyone's saying hello to Shiny Vert. Shiny Vert, he's a legend. Can't wait to see him in Card Party again. I love opening cards still. I've just like you, I've never stopped collecting. I've always been in the hobby. I just recently started playing the TCG again. I mostly was on the VGC side. But now when I open cards off camera, the only time I do it off camera now is with my son. And this motherfucker has some hot hands. 151 has only been as good to me as it has been because my son has been opening it with me. I pulled 2 of the Blastoise EXs, the Wartortle and Blastoise SIR. I pulled both Charmander or 2 Charmander SIRs already. It's just stupid. My son is just stupid lucky when it comes to cards like that. But seeing his excitement, it does remind me of when I was a kid. I would pull the Ninetales or any holo because that's what the full arts were for us. It's like I remember just like this is fucking awesome. And now he's learning how to play the game. I just bought those the child-friendly decks on the Pokemon Center.
Cool.
Yeah, I got those so I can teach them how to play. So I'm really excited.
I think another card that I vividly remember pulling and it's just like whenever I see the card, I'm like, man, I remember that moment so vividly. It was I have it in my binder. My binder's on the floor behind me. The Delta Species Mewtwo from Delta Species. And I pulled it in Target. So I asked my mom to buy me a pack, and she said yes. And which was like kind of a rare occurrence for me to get a Pokemon pack. I just opened it in Target, and I was like, I pulled a Mewtwo. Obviously, I know Mewtwo's insane. I was like, oh, and it had the Delta Species. I love Delta Species.
Delta Species is so cool. I remember when Delta Species first came out. Kind of, because like when I was young and when Delta Species came out, the internet wasn't as prominent. It was there, but it wasn't as strong as it is now, especially within the Pokemon community. So I remember when someone's like, hey, you want these cards? I'm like, yeah, I'll take them. My son was like, what the fuck are Delta Species? I thought they were fake. And then I go to the store and I open some. I'm like, oh, those are real. Glad I didn't throw them away. But yeah, I want to see CTR and Leonhardt in the ring, says Ichiban. Mark Nasheed, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, I don't think so either.
He already was saying yesterday how like there are people who don't know what Delta Species cards. I see them, they're like, what is that? Why would people want that? Because you're talking about how like
cool. They're fucking cool.
They always redo like original sets, and we were like, oh, it'd be so cool to do Delta Species. And I was like, he has a lot more presence on Instagram with like obviously he sees a lot more than I'm not on Instagram too often, but he sees a lot of takes on his side.
Yes.
And I didn't realize that like older stuff that like especially EXR I think and level X stuff. Like, no,
sorry, knows that. Your average gamer just says, "Yo, Professor Metry, I watched his content once. It was something about eBay."
I appreciate that. Thanks for the one view.
Hey,
Every view counts.
Yes, I was about to say one view is better than no views. Yeah, R&D Pokemoners. He's in the chat. I think that is the Mewtwo he just bought this weekend for his son.
The one that I just showed.
The one you just showed.
Nice.
It and I was like, oh, that's a fucking rad card. Like, and he's like, yeah, it's really cool. And he was like, but the back's fucked up. I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. And he turns around. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. No wonder you got it so cheap. He goes, yes, yeah, that was the exact card he just bought his son this weekend because that's his son's favorite Pokemon. When you have, because you're only 12 years old, so children are very far off. When you have children at one point, are they going to be allowed to touch any of your Pokemon stuff? Or there's I
have no issue with it. I'm very like honestly
nothing a sleeve can't fix.
Yeah, I'm not really overprotective of my cards. I like I said I go to church a lot, and I also have there's a lot of kids at the church and Sunday school. I bring a lot of my cards to church, let all the kids see and stuff. It's not so much like, oh, it's just so expensive, like whatever. Yeah. I'll tell them be careful, but I'm not gonna gatekeep my stuff from anyone. And if you want to play around with it, feel free. It's
you say that now until you actually have a child, because I thought the same thing, and I was like, no, never mind. He broke multiple of my lightsabers already.
I've given away some expensive cards.
So have I.
But like cousins stuff.
Yeah.
And I at some point I'm like, oh man, I kind of wish I didn't give it away. But at the same time, it's someone else's, it's collection where they want to put it in their binder and keep it forever and enjoy it.
Johnny versus let me play with your cards. I'll change your mind. Yeah. No, there are some cards, like I don't mind if they play with it. Don't get me wrong. They are for children. There's some like little toys and collectibles I'll let them play with. And I have a 1-year-old at home now. But there's still some stuff I'm like, no. Like because especially
I'll probably change my mind, but
King's Pokemon, do they like scissor or something? Hey Kings, Tommy Lindell, how you doing, my friend? But speaking of church and doing all the stuff for those kids, do any of the parents know what you do for your hobby?
Oh, so actually, yeah. Okay. It's really funny because
I'm sure they've asked you after a grown man walks up to the kids, he wants Pokemon cards? I got a windowless van over there.
So in my church is like a very tight-knit community. It's a very big church. We're kind of big. It's not like a mega church. It's not a mega church.
I would question your sanity if it was.
No, it's not. It's just a regular church. I'm Egyptian, so it's Egyptian Orthodox, Coptic Orthodox, and all the parents know me. It is very nice. All the parents know me. All the kids know me. I don't even touch my cards. A lot of the boys and like Pokemon. Obviously, it's a very young thing, so I'm always good. And I have so many V's, V Maxes, V Stars, whatever. And I have a box, and I have it right here filled with cards, just to give to them because they love it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the parents do know that I have a channel, and I had one of them come up to me like, "Hey, my son wants to start a channel for Roblox." And I was like, okay. I was like, let me tell you beforehand, it's not easy making a channel, even like at a young age. Like it's not what you think it is, basically.
Right.
I'll set it up and everything.
Yeah.
But
I have family members. Then when they found out I started doing this, they're like, "Oh, cool. Hey, can you give me a spot? Like, what's your discount code for whatever your sponsorship is?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, Do you even watch my channel, or you just know that I have one?
You gave him the OnlyFans discount.
Right? Fuck out of here! I don't even have a discount for my own OnlyFans. Oh, like
50% off.
A lot of people think when you start a YouTube channel, it's going to just skyrocket. They think it's as easy it is for TikTok to get followers, and it's not. It's a very hard grind, and even then, you don't get the money right away. And when you do, it's only like 8 cents a month.
Yeah,
it's not a lot. E-Man Collects wants to know, are you guys dressing up for Halloween, and what are you dressing up as?
I probably am not going to dress up. I don't know what I'll be doing. But 2 years ago, I dressed up as Avatar Aang, and my girlfriend was Katara, which was honestly, I never dressed up for Halloween. I think the only costumes I've ever had, minus as a child, where I was like Elmo, was it Avatar Aang and the man with the yellow hat from Curious George. Those are the two costumes I've ever worn.
Was it your girlfriend's idea to have you dress up as a couple?
Oh, yes, but it was my idea to be Avatar. I was like, we can do that, but it's gonna be what I want.
Okay, he had a real life Rule 34. I'm gonna call him out on it. I did the same thing with my wife when we started dating. She was like, "Oh, I want to do this." I'm like, "Okay, under one condition." She's like, "What?" I was like, "We solidify it." She's like, "Fucking all right." I was 19 though when we started dating. I'm 35 now, so we're too old to be doing that shit.
No, it was fun. It wasn't anything.
Sure. No, you don't have to lie to kick it. We're not gonna go into too much detail though.
Rock is here. I got to be careful what I say.
Rock.
Kids in the chat.
Kids in the chat. It's oh man. So I've done 2 live streams where I've made it 18 and up only, or like I straight up hit the button for mature adult audience things. I feel bad that Rock wouldn't be able to see it just because I know he would fucking die just like everyone else. But it's so like, no, you can't watch it. You're too young. Go to bed. Like I even do it at like 10 o'clock at night. Shiny Vert says YouTube pays me to get half a McDonald's cheeseburger once a month. Yeah. Bay Showcase says, it is tough. I'm struggling to hit 350 and only wish to hit 500 subs before Card Party 2 rolls around. Yeah. It's not just consistency.
And always improve something every video or try learn something new.
Yeah. And that's why I think that's probably why I still do, like I did it with you, I did it with Bob, I did it with every single guest. I'll show them my thumbnail. I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm working on. What do you guys think I should change? And then you and Bob and I think only one other person are like, I got this. I'm like, oh, okay. Like
even I'm not that good at making thumbnails. It's just I look at everyone else.
You are.
Like, what are they doing?
Yes, I do the same thing. But I even told you the night I made my thumbnail, I was like, I'm over it. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. I'll redo it, but this is what it is right now. Yeah. And you're like, I'll do it. Oh, okay. But yeah, like the more consistently you do something and work on it, the better you're going to get. And YouTube University is amazing on its own that you could YouTube any video to, if you have a problem or have an idea and you just don't know how to implement it, YouTube it. It'll be there. Someone's done it at least once. There's no originality anymore. Yeah.
There's ideas for everything. It's just how you adapt it to Pokemon. In the Pokemon space, how you adapt it to Pokemon.
Yes.
Because it's all been openings, and we see, with Ryan, he has a personality for it. With DPM, you have the storytelling with it. With Rev, you have one is the excitement and the availability of product from, which isn't obviously something everyone can do. Nobody can tell stories like DPM can because he has the producer behind it. But there is, it takes a very creative mind to find out what the next thing is, and it's a one in very few people thing where someone comes up with it and you see them pop off like that. Opossum found his space doing.
He found his lane.
Community protection.
He found his lane, and people love him for it.
Yeah, and there's 1,000 lanes. It's just not easy to find it.
Yeah, and my channel didn't and it's just like I don't. Do you follow Pat, his business account, the Pat Flynn account on YouTube?
Not on YouTube. I've watched a lot of his videos. I read a lot of his stuff. I
just ordered his second book, I think, so I can't wait to read that. But like.
You don't know how to read.
No, I got the Audible version for a reason. He talked about finding your lane and sticking to it. Like when I first started this channel, I wasn't TCG. I started off on the video game side. I did playthroughs on Switch games for Sword, Pokemon Sword. And I still go back to them every once in a while, but they're not going to be in that depth. But once I found the TCG side, I'm like, oh, I like this. Oh, people like this. Okay. But then when I went to Card Party, or even before Card Party, I was interviewing some other content creators. And I was like, I'm having fun doing this. We get to talk about Pokemon. We get to talk about life in general. And the chat seems to like it because they get to learn other things about the person. Like how many people in the chat knew that Metri was a healthy eater, an avid churchgoer. We knew he doesn't swear from his content. But like and I'm sure we'll talk about other things and we'll learn that the chat will learn about you. I enjoy doing that and the chat seems to enjoy it. And I think this is a new part of my lane for my channel. But I'm still, now I just, like you said, you got to evolve it and turn it and twist it to how that incorporates with Pokemon.
A big part of it also is you have to enjoy whatever you're doing. If you're not enjoying
talking to people.
If you're not enjoying it, you're not going to get anywhere. There has been videos where I made and I was like, I don't really like the video. I made it. There's only been one ever or maybe two that I deleted because I was like, I really don't want to post this. But there's been a few videos that I uploaded. And I was like, I don't really like this, but I am lacking so much content. I am so behind. And I posted anyway. And I realized like, even after it gets posted, whether it does well, bad or good, like I don't like it. And that's not what you want.
Yeah. I made a video for Collecticon Long Beach and I'm so up in the air if I want to post it or not. And at this point, it's not really, I shouldn't post it just because it's so far away and it doesn't matter anymore because it's for Long Beach and not for Charlotte or any of the other ones.
I would say even if it's far away, it doesn't matter. The timing of it doesn't matter. Like the people who are watching it are like, oh, like, if you posted, I would be like, oh, that was probably last week. Like I have no idea with Long Beach. Or I have no idea when any Collecticon is. Nobody follows it like that. But
you could. I wasn't even having a good time recording it, so you could see that like the chat and the viewers, the people watching, they also know that you're not having a good time, so they're not going to have a good time. Yeah. So absolutely enjoy what you're doing. I saw a few.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I saw some stuff in the chat.
Yeah, Mark Nash had asked earlier, and this is a question I like because it's literally part of. He said, "Would you rather guys pull your favorite card?"
Oh, that was the one I was trying to scroll.
One you've been looking for, or a mega rare card. Mine are kind of hand in hand. My dream goal is to pull a gold star. It is a very expensive, and I don't want to. I of course I want to have them, and I probably could just buy one. I don't have any, and honestly, it's stupid because however much money I spend on cards opening and other stuff, that's dumb. I could just buy a single gold star and be like, I have a gold star in my collection.
I have a gold star, but it's so much more fun to pull it. The hunt is a lot more fun.
And whenever you see a gold star pulled on Instagram, on YouTube, whatever, it is a moment. It is something that is captivating. I am like, oh my God.
But that's why a lot of people still enjoy pack opening channels like Revs because they love the excitement.
Yeah. Mark Nash asks, he has, which pack should I buy to open that? So Mark's not into Pokemon too much. Those are the EXR packs, the packs me and you used to open when we were younger, where they are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. EX Delta Species, Deoxys, Holland Phantoms, Unseen Forces, all of them
are not cheap packs anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to buy a tin which is a ridiculous amount. It was like a $1,500 tin for 4 packs, but it came with two EX packs, 2 EX Emerald packs, and 2 Crystal Guardians. And I was like, I don't want to buy. This is a great thing. I would love to buy this, but the EX Emerald packs do not have gold stars, and I will not commit myself to that. It'd be great to pull an EX too, but I won't feel fulfilled unless it's a gold star. And I think that maybe it'll never happen, but I keep my dreams high.
For me, I'm like, pull my favorite card. I have multiples of my favorite card already. The Dark Raichu is my favorite card of all time. Yes, I'm biased because Raichu's my favorite Pokemon, but it's the fact that it's the very first secret rare. Yep. And that I think to me that's like, oh, my favorite Pokemon got the very first thing. Fuck you, Pikachu and Charizard. Like, suck a dick. Like, my guy's got this and you can never take it away. So I guess one card you've been looking for a mega rare card would probably be the best answer for me then, since I already have my favorite. and it's hard to say because there's so many cards that I didn't get the opportunity to pull because of my time in the military. I deployed a little more often than a possum did, where I was in the middle of the ocean for 9 months, or working in the doing circles in the ocean for 3 months at a time. I didn't have as much time to go out there and buy cards. And then when I was a broke teenager or a broke adult, when people wouldn't buy me cards anymore, I would be happy to pull any packs that I got rarely. Haven't had much to pull. I'm because I'm not, since maybe it's because I'm also not a reseller. I don't think about it that often. Mostly everything's personal collection, or I give it away.
Yeah,
so
pretty much same.
Yeah,
I just started like getting graded cards to sell.
Oh, not me. I'm a graded card whore. Oh, but to sell,
honestly, I'm not a big fan of graded cards to begin with. I have a bunch of them that every single one of these that are on my shelf, like I have no idea how to switch my hands. Every single one has some sort of sentimental value.
Yes.
Except for this one right here, which is, I just got that back, but it's a Pikachu, and these are all Pikachus.
Yeah.
I have obviously the Charizard, the Dragonite. My girlfriend bought me a pack of Evolutions, and it had the Dragonite graded. It got a 10.
Nice.
I opened this this Rayquaza from a video, and it's my Roaring Sky is my favorite set. I end up pulling the Mega Full Art. This is I traded it for at my first Collecticon. We have this one was given to me. My friend gave me his really old collection. There's a Shadowless Pikachu, Red Cheeks, and it just obviously that was the staple in his collection. So I graded it myself. This was also from my first birthday. This was from a Pokevault mystery box, so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Most of my graded cards are about the same. Like there's either a story behind it, or they're just one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. And since they're my favorite, they're going to get the favorite treatment. And I'm one of those people. I don't give a shit about the grades. I just want to make sure they don't get any worse than they are, so they get encapsulated in a piece of plastic. There might be one or two cards in there that I have either from like mystery packs that I bought, or that I have like, you know what, this card is worth some money. I know someone's going to want to buy it, so maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah. Then I saw another question from, I scrolled down too far, but I think I saw someone, I think they reposted it from Your Average Gamer. Gonzo, you're really close to 1K subs. Do you have anything planned, like a wink wink giveaway? I do. I am very big on the subscriber goal giveaways. So at 900, I'm giving away a UPC of the Sword and Shield base set, the black UPC. And then at 1,000, I'm giving away a Charizard UPC, and then I'm also getting a tattoo. Yeah.
Tattoo of every single one of your subscribers' names?
Yes. All on my ball sack, because they're just that big. Well, they made Pokeballs a real thing. Are you talking about those ones?
Yeah. You thought they were posters at first.
Nope. Those are Pokeballs. I do not have any of them opened. Otherwise, I'd show you to them. I'm a hoarder. I don't open anything. Yeah. Ghastly. Yep. Hard drive. What did I miss? Low key pissed me off. Ash never evolved. Pikachu. Excuse me. I saw something else that I know. I'm pretty sure someone wanted me to read. Bay Showcase says, it is the reason why my channel is a pack opening channel for the most part. The hunt is what I love most, and you know from our in-person meetups, Gonzo. Yes, he does. A lot of his content is pack battles with other content creators he sees at events.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We had I just saw it somewhere. Someone said it was regarding your Collecticon video. They said, which is what I
the B-roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have B-roll in it, but the parts where I'm in there and I'm talking to other content creators, like I even have a 2-minute clip of me and Super Duper Danny doing a pack battle video, and I'm not happy. And like most people like, dude, that's crazy because you can tag her, you can be like, hey, this part. I'm like, yeah, but if I'm not having fun, they're gonna see it. And besides, I got in her video, so I'm good with that. Yeah. Your Average Gamer says you should do the Mew 151 UPC. I really want to open that one, so at least I have a chance of getting one. If I got more than one, I would, but I only got one, so I can't.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah, I'm very big on getting multiples for giveaways. They're not. I think they're on the Pokemon Center website again.
I think I'm on Game. There was a few places you get them for 100, like 100 flat.
Oh yeah. I saw that too. 151 Ultra Premium Collection. Nope, they're sold out on the website again because they were up recently this week. My wife was looking at it. R&D Pokemon Gamer says, "I'm sorry, I just found their crap to use. So funny, just still blows my mind." What are we talking about?
You being funny and they like your videos.
Oh, dude, trust me, me too. Still shook. Oh, I think they're talking about Vert's CGC videos. Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man. That like, oh yeah, it's not our fault. It's your fault. No, you're the one who fucking wants to do it.
It's we always just say like company, but it always is like probably one or two people making decisions, and these one or two people like have a stick up their butt that are like, I'm not gonna say I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Higher up management has the final word. So, especially with something as public as that.
Yeah. Your average gamer says, but then again, 1 out of 1,000 of winning is not going to work. Oh, he's talking about for the UPC. I do have other ideas. I do plan on giving away more things than just one item for the 1,000. There's a lot of stuff back there that I probably won't ever open, so I'll just give away. Vert, are you gold? PSA did not fall for it. Are you? Baze, you just gave me a stroke, bro. No. Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
have you been? Do you collect any other TCG besides Pokemon?
I want to get in the Lorcana, but it's very heavily scalped in my area. Yeah. But last night on my Instagram, I opened up this very new TCG. They just even came out with their second set. It's called Nostalgics. The Cardboard Addicts, which is a group I used to be a part of, but I left just because of timing and time management. So there's no bad blood. I hope not anyways. One of their guys, Ren's Collectibles, is huge on this TCG, and he's always been trying to me to get into it. I opened that booster box last night. I got it for free from Dream It Collectibles, who got it for free from the owner and creator of this. And I gotta say, the card stock on this TCG is phenomenal. It's so thick, it's so strong. I'm pretty sure the Q&A side of this game is very cool, very good. And then the artwork,
I'm looking at now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the artwork is really cool on it. I really enjoy it. I'm very big on, if I'm going to collect a TCG, I want to know how to play the game. But my wife, on the other hand, is no, don't collect any more things, because you collect Funkos, you collect like anything Pokemon. It's not just the TCG. Because I legitimately love the company Pokemon, not just this one side of the hobby. But we're also big Disney fans, so she also wants to get involved in Lorcana. I get stuff signed at conventions and expos for voice actors, so I have a ton of that stuff. I collect a little bit of everything. Just like, where's that?
Honestly, I'm not so much, and I don't plan on buying anything Lorcana. I feel like if I were to buy it, it'd be like I'd be one of the fake people who'd be like, I would buy it because it has value and it will have value.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care about Lorcana at all. I don't care for the cards. I don't care to open it. I definitely like Disney, but I think especially the vibe around it right now kind of deters me, where people are like, Lorcana, like I gotta have Lorcana.
Yeah.
And it's like I'll just not add to that. You guys can stick to your Lorcana. You guys can have your Lorcana. I don't want it.
You have it. Yeah. I thought about getting into One Piece too, because I'm big on the One Piece waifus.
I love One Piece.
They have some of the best waifus in the anime, in the game. Besides Bleach, One Piece has the best waifus.
I pulled let's see.
Tits McGee, because there it is.
Yamato, both from 2 sets.
So what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you watch the anime too, or just the cards?
So I used to watch the anime. I got up to episode like 800, and I was caught up when I was watching it when it was when it was coming out, and I got up to like episode 800, and that was
still Whole Cake Island, right?
That was Dressrosa.
Was that really?
Or so maybe like 700, 750. So in the 700.
Okay.
It was Dressrosa. It was Dressrosa, and right after that was Zao. And I finished Zao, and then I stopped watching. It was just Dressrosa really turned me off. It was so bad.
I think that's where it turned me on the most.
And did not you watch it or read it?
Yeah, no, I both.
So, I know that the manga is good, but the anime for Dressrosa was like literally like 200 episodes of nothing. It was so bad until like the final fight with like Don Quixote or like Doflamingo, and I kept watching it, and then with the whole Zao was also kind of slow, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, that one was really slow. That one Zao is what took me off for a long time, and then I'm like, okay, I need to get back into it because I need to watch it, and then I started watching again. So now I'm all caught up again.
Yeah. So I started watching again, like when they released the One Piece live action, and even a little before that, I had opened a decent amount of One Piece. Not really a decent amount. I've opened like probably 10 packs that I find at Target like once in a blue moon. And honestly, I love One Piece, but I'm the whole like early seasons of it are so nostalgic. I love like reminiscing about it from like Skypiea and Enel's not Enel. What's the prison called? Impel Down.
Impel Down. Yeah.
Like all of that, I love all of it. And I started watching it again, and I started watching One Piece, where it's like the abridged version where they cut out all the BS. But I've also been watching the newer stuff, just because I want to see Gear 5 because it's kind of cool.
So Gear 5 was really good.
Yeah. And so I do like One Piece a lot. One Piece and the other ones that I like to collect are Dragon Ball Z. I don't buy boxes or anything like that. I just whenever I'm at Target, I'll just buy it because I it's just for the characters. I love seeing Goku. I love seeing Vegeta. I love seeing like Krillin and Piccolo and all these other Saiyans. Like I love the world. So I buy it just to see my favorite characters. And the same thing with like One Piece. I don't play the TCG. I just love seeing like I pulled this also. This is like a crazy card too. It's the Trafalgar Law alts from Romance Dawn.
Law's my favorite character.
And then I have a few. I don't think you can see them even if I turn. Actually, you can. These boxes down here are all non-Pokemon. There's Attack on Titan, Legend of Blue Eyes, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and One Piece. And I'm not gonna open those, but those are like I love Avatar. I love Attack on Titan. I love early Yu-Gi-Oh! And I love One Piece. So I have some boxes that are sealed, and I'm a big sealed person, so that's what I like.
DigiSmithy says that Law is one of my favorite cards to play. So I guess it's a good card. It's a good play.
Oh yeah, even like I've actually pulled both of these. Even like the regular super rare, which like most of the super rares are like $1 or $2 because they're like V's pretty much. V's or EXs, I guess you could call them. In One Piece, they're like $1 or $2. This one's like $13, $14 because playable.
Yeah, because Pokemon for a long time the playability market didn't give a shit. That was not existent, but it's slowly coming back. Like the Chien-Pao and the Charizard from Obsidian Flames, those are staying up in price. Pretty.
Pokemon used to be like the prices used to be determined by
playability,
and then it went to collectability, and now it's more collectability, but we're starting to see that certain like 4 stone is freaking like $14. And certain V cards just have inherently more value because they're playable.
And I think that it goes into the fact that they're printing so much of these cards now where the players can finally be like, nope, I need that card. I need it. And I even saw a comment very early on the chat that we didn't get to that says that that Pokemon is probably printing so much that their Q&A can't keep up. So they're probably just shoving things into packs and sending it to the streets. But at that point, if you know you're going to be printing out that much, you should be you're as big as you are with Pokemon. You should be able to hire a Q&A team to do it. I just don't think they care. They want to get.
I don't know if you watch Pokemon Radar's podcasts.
I don't.
So he did one with
sometimes I do.
So he did the one with Rev really early on. I think it was his first one. It might have been his first one. And they were talking about the Poker F packs. And it really opened my eyes to just how much
time and money.
Just how many Pokemon cards are out there. So Rev was saying that there is a company out there that pretty much breaks down all the products that like aren't as sellable. So like some of the Pokeballs don't do as well, so they open the Pokeballs and sell the loose packs. Yeah. And Rev was saying how he bought like 750,000 packs from or 750,000 Pokeballs, which is like hundreds of like, I think he said it was like close to 100. I don't know how many Pokeballs are on these things. It was like a ridiculous amount of pallets.
You said pallets, 750,000. You said,
yeah, packs.
And then those tins normally come with three packs.
Or
right?
it might have been tins or packs. I can't remember if it was tins or packs. Regardless, 750,000.
Yeah,
and that's all just like such a small. No, it's not small, but like Rev is like I don't know.
That's probably only like 3 or 4 pallets.
No. What?
750. If they're depending on how they're
750,000.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
750,000.
Oh goddamn! So I just pulled up the calculator, and if it's the Pokeball tins that on average has 3 packs to it, well, and that's what we'll say, especially with the modern tins, those Pokeball ones, that's 2,250,000 packs. Are he either needs to open or put in his mystery packs for.
I'm gonna try and find. Someone said just a small difference there. I'm gonna see if I can find exactly what it was. It's wild. So I found it already. Just give me like 2 seconds. Keep the chat entertained for a second.
Yeah, I think on your side you can actually share the screen too. So if you pull it up and you want to share it, go ahead, and we'll put it up there.
Let's see how I do this. Hold on. Share.
Yeah, share, and there'll be screen.
Let's proceed.
Yeah. See if.
I need to move my camera over.
If Opossum wasn't so broke.
So this he titled buying 750,000 Pokemon packs from Pokemon. So this is Rev is buying 750 packs, and that's for his Pokerev packs.
And
like a lot of it's modern.
I don't know if you hear it or not.
Yeah, I can hear it.
XY Sun and Moon.
So
company that I buy from that.
Oh, this is probably what he's talking about.
Crazy. They literally will buy like the Pokeball, the Pokeballs that come with packs, like 3 packs or whatever that are in them. They'll.
I said, like he could fucking hear me.
Like a huge team of people. I don't know how many people they have, but they got to have probably at least like 20, 30, 40, 50 employees.
I want my mullet, Pidgey boys.
Like products that Pokemon is just sitting on and just can't move. They'll buy, like they bought 250,000 Pokeballs. 250,000 Pokeballs.
So 250,000 Pokeballs.
250,000, yeah.
And they get him like I don't know how many like how many skids could that be? 1,000 skid? Like it's got to be like just ridiculous, like beyond ridiculous, beyond anything you like can even fathom seeing. And they break them all down, and then they sell the packs. So they'll have like whatever, like 30,000 Evolving Skies packs, like 20,000 Chilling Reign packs.
So that's what I was talking about. But that's just like you don't realize how much there actually is out there. How do I stop sharing this?
I do it on my side.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, Pokerev also bought a lot of cases of old sets in like 2016-18 because he thought he'd need them for his IGTV in the long run, but it worked out for him in the transition to YouTube. Yeah, that was another thing that we kind of, I don't want to say glossed over when we were talking about the drama earlier, but fucking a lot of these guys, like Vault too. Vault was the same way. Ryan was the same way. They've all openly admitted they bought before the Logan Paul bullshit. So they got a lot of these guys got lucky. Yeah. But that's what an investor does. They hold.
Yeah.
They don't fucking buy everything just to resell it a couple weeks later. That's not an investor. That's a flipper. There's a difference. Yeah. So they bought a bunch of stuff and they're hoping it would rise, and it did. So they got lucky, but that's a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that fact of of some of the bigger PokeTubers.
Yeah.
Like they have all this vintage stuff because they bought it when it was cheap.
Opossum talks about it all the time. He has like $1,000 like waifus, and everyone's like, how could you get that? How are you like buying that? He's like, dude, I bought it with like $20. And
Yeah.
like, all of his, he buys them. He typically, as you can see from his videos, he's buying
he buys
the cards as they come out, like,
or he tries to. Yeah,
or he tries to. But you'll see he's collecting all of the cards like as they come out, and he's just keeping them. And he's been doing that for years, and they go up in value, and everyone's like, oh wait, how'd you get that? It's so expensive. Like I've had it for 10 years. Like what do you want?
Yeah. And that's the thing with like I had one of my friends come over, and he doesn't know a lot about Pokemon. He knows very little, but I grew up with him since we were kids, and he saw my collection and goes, hey man, I saw this at the store the other day, because he's a big sports guy. So like one of the local shops has Pokemon and sports, and he was like, yeah, I saw this over there for like $400. How'd you get this? I thought you were broke. I'm like, bro, I bought that when it came out 7 years ago. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it, but behind some of those, like you can kind of see back there, it's the big Mega Evolution not Power Keepers. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one with like all the pins. It's one of the premium collections. Like all the
With what in it?
I'll just pull it out.
Yes, get it all. All right, guys, he can't hear us talk crap about him.
I can hear, bitch.
Ah.
It's the Legacy of Evolutions box. So
all right,
I don't think it's $500. So I think he was being dramatic.
No, it definitely isn't.
No, I think it's 200, maybe 250 at the most.
All of those boxes are pretty expensive.
Yeah,
just because they're just because of the collection box itself, not even because of the packs inside.
Yeah, well, here's a hot take. I can give two shits about Evolutions.
Yeah,
I don't care about it.
Not for the price that it's at, but like it is undoubtedly very fun to open.
Summer Evie, hiya. She saw my butt. I don't know if she did or not. Pidgey boys. I was definitely late to the party, and when I was younger, I was not that smart. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I have a few stuff that's over there they're not really worth anything, but to the people who don't know any better and they get all their cards from sports card shops where they fucking jack up the price and they think that's what they're worth. Like I have a few of those, but nothing crazy.
My sports card shop that I go to, which is like my normal shop that I'm for Pokemon, they're so good about everything. I love that store.
I have 3 regular stores that I will consistently go to. And yeah, I'm one of those people, like if I'm buying singles and I'm buying a lot of them, I want a deal. I want to negotiate.
Yeah.
So if the store's not willing to negotiate and they're hard on their prices, or if I ask them like, yo, how much is this card? And they tell me like a ridiculous number, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah. You can tell right away sometimes.
I got banned from one store here in San Diego because they were selling Hidden Fates ETBs, and this is like kind of before the big boom when they were $300. I think at the time they were like maybe $175.
Yeah.
So I go there, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll pick some up. They're kind of expensive, but they're worth it. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, how much are you selling your Hidden Fates ETBs? And he was like, oh, $250. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? I was like, they're not worth that much. He was like, well, we only have like 2 left, so we want to make sure the people who want them, they really want them. I was like, I really want them for a fair price. And he's like, you can get the fuck out of my store. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Slim is the babe. Oh, Slim. Yeah, that Slim Rips is one of the local guys here in San Diego that I go to consistently. I was just there actually yesterday. Picked up some really cool cards. I even got some that Opossum might want just because it's a full art trainer. Oh fuck. I dropped it. It's now dead. Yeah.
Priest.
Picked up some Iron Treads and Great Tusks because I love elephants. So Fampy and Donphan, some of my favorite Pokemon of all time. They're in my top 10 just because they're an elephant.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. What's one of your?
Day.
Yeah, exactly. What's one of your favorite Pokemon that you like just because it's an actual favorite animal of yours, or one that you like just because you like, and a lot of people are going to do the same thing that you just did for Fampy and Donphan?
I don't know if I have one of those. I'm kind of
Charizard fan.
I'm not a Charizard fan. My favorite Pokemon is Deoxys. Because I'll show you. Actually, I have something really cool from that's Deoxys related. I used to have the Destiny Deoxys movie on DVD, and when every day I'd come home from school, I'd put it in. Every single day, I'd watch the movie.
Destiny Deoxys is a good one.
Yeah,
I used to have that promo card. Did that one have a promo? No.
In Japanese, it had a few.
It came with something though. I think it came with something for the game, maybe, because they did that a lot with their older videos, that straight to DVD videos for America. They had cards.
I don't think Destiny Deoxys had one.
I don't think so either.
So I just knocked over some stuff here, but I'm gonna get something first. I'll show you. I think on my wall, I got the movie hanging up on the wall.
The 90s.
It's still to point. It's
yeah.
On a camera.
I see it.
Yeah,
it's
the Destiny Deoxys movie. Yeah. And this is something I recently picked up. I'm gonna go get it.
No worries. I'll talk to chat. My friend was telling me Aegislash is one of his favorites. Aegislash is a cool one. I always wonder why it isn't more popular. I got the Sylveon Tag Team EX on Slim's mystery packs. Yeah, and Slim does not fuck around with his mystery packs. He does make it worth it. I really like Ice Cube because it's a funny penguin, but obviously Bisharp.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready, Daddy.
Okay, so this is an original movie magazine when Destiny Deoxys came out. And this was like the magazine you'd see at like, I guess 7-Eleven or something to promote the movie.
Yeah.
And it still has
the original glasses.
It has the 3D glasses and the 3D artwork inside. And then look at this
cool.
Look at this artwork inside. How sick is this?
That is fucking dope. Okay, hold on. I normally don't do this, but that's so cool, and I know how old it is, and it's one of those vintage. At this point, I would consider it vintage because it's so old. Cool. But fucking someone on eBay is selling this for a couple, like $75. Well, I don't know.
I actually never even Googled this. I bought it for $40, and it is so clean. I probably maybe it's worth like $10 because they're so popular. They're so like readily available.
They're a lot more available than I thought. First one that popped up is $15, but I doubt they're in as good condition as yours
with the 3D glasses.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly I've never looked it up. I bought it simply because it's Deoxys and I saw how clean it was. And yeah, it's just something I wanted to collect.
This thing is cool.
Magazine.
Buy 2 get 1 free with code Cosmic. Buy 2 get 1. I'm looking at a poster right now from eBay. Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to do this.
You know what I really want in my collection?
Drugs. Yeah, I don't. This thing is really fucking cool.
What is this one?
These
full art
Kids WB. Yeah.
Wait, where did you find this? What did you type in for this magazine?
It was down here at the bottom of similar sponsored items.
No. What'd you type in for the Deoxys magazine?
Oh, Destiny Deoxys movie magazine.
Oh, movie magazine.
Let's see, eBay like you.
Wait, I don't even see it.
Oh, I'll show it. Yeah, like eBay, like I'm so used to buying singles on it, even though I hate buying singles online because I much prefer to see it in person. But I do forget, like they have some cool shit on here like this. But this is the only photo they have of it.
That's not the same.
Those motherfuckers lied to me. Destiny Deoxys Encyclopedia for $30. I wonder if you have to put like Japanese in there.
I don't think there is. I'm gonna assume there isn't. Let me double check and see if I have that page with all the. No, that page isn't in here.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine it would be.
So I think that what you're looking at might be a different product. I definitely got the cooler one.
Yeah.
So, oh my god, here it's actually what I want it's in this magazine. It's not actually in this magazine. I need to pull up the chat again. Have you ever? Wait, what the heck? I'm lost.
Oh, okay. I found it.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen this before? Whoa. This one.
The game.
It's not a game. It's a half deck, and it comes with the Venticular Deoxys.
No, but I'm sure it's not in here. It's this guy is selling his for $30, and this one is
Post up. I'm gonna buy it right now. Let me see it.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna buy it. I have one already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's
yeah.
the exact one.
I don't know what's going on with this card. It's probably his promo for his.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably not as a good condition as yours. I doubt this guy has the glasses and everything that comes with it. But it's still really fucking cool to look at. I assumed it would have been a lot higher than the 30.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't mind it.
They even have one for the Rise of Darkrai.
Ooh, that looks, the artwork on that is sick.
So good. Can I switch screens? I gotta redo the whole thing just to switch the screen.
To put it back. We're probably boring the chat right now. I'm not even reading the chat. I'm trying to put my magazine away.
That's fine. They will live sometimes. So,
let's see.
Yeah, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Kaiju love Pidgey boys. Well, there's a kaiju in here. God's birthday world. Yeah. Wow. I was just on the Pokemon Center website and accidentally found Pokemon TCG Legacy Evolution Pin Collection for $34.99, and for some reason it's sold out. I wonder why. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff on the Pokemon Center that they just keep up. And,
I like this. So this is one of the ones that they made into like a game where you have to cut everything out and complete the puzzle.
Yeah.
The Darkrai movie was really cool.
That one was also good.
Yeah. But if you did not cry in the Latios, was it Forever? No, that's not Forever.
That's the one with Celebi.
Yeah. I can't remember the Latios and Latios one. If you didn't cry on that one, you're heartless. Or at least teared up. You fucking liar. I know you know. Oh, Heroes, yeah, that one. That one was fucking devastating at the end.
I don't think I remember that one.
It's one of my favorites. Besides the first one and the second one, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I was gonna say the second one's so good. The Lugia flute song I love that.
It's so classic. Yeah.
I had bad allergies at the end.
Yeah. They had like 5 or 6 ETBs available for sale that are Pokemon Center exclusives yesterday on the website. Yeah, every once in a while they'll just come up with returns. And one of my buddies he's worked for GameStop, he said a lot of the times when things get sold out online or for like pre-orders or something like that and they randomly pop up, it's because someone couldn't fulfill their payment or someone canceled their pre-order or something like that, and that's why they can put it back up for sale.
Pokemon sometimes does
but they also just do random restocks.
Yeah, like there's been things for like Celestial Storm or Guardians Rising, like they just randomly put up Sun and Moon stuff, and you can actually tell if you typically they sell out instantly because there's bots that know when or detect it when something comes in stock for certain items. There's a bot for everything.
Yeah.
And you'll see like on Twitter like Pokemon drops, they get it instantly, and they'll post about it. But you'll know if it was available and it sold out if it says sold out, but if it says unavailable, that means like
figures that. Was that me?
Wait, I think
was it me or you?
What?
That dropped.
I think it was you because it was just showing my face for a minute.
Oh, well, that's fucking good.
Wait, we're still good, right?
Yeah, we're still good. We're still live. Shinyverse says, I remember that one time they had a Van Gogh on the website.
For 6 seconds.
For a whole 6 seconds. I don't think I've ever finished it, but they watched everything but the ending. What were we talking about? Oh, the restocks. What were you saying about it?
Oh wait, did you completely missed it because you dropped?
Yeah. I think I dropped.
Oh, I said you can tell if it was a restock and it sold out versus just not being there. If it says sold out, it means it restocked and it was bought out. If it says unavailable, it means it was like never available.
Yeah. Oh.
So if you
I don't
click on
think
it,
I've
it
ever
says
noticed
sold.
it.
So certain items you'll see, like even something like if you see I follow a lot of Twitter drops, and they'll post it and you'll click on it and be like, oh, Celestial Storm ETB sold out, which means it was just stocked, and it sold out.
That's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. Well, let me check the Q&A side. Nothing good. They don't want to ask questions.
I wouldn't mind finishing. We actually started this in the beginning on how I started my channel because I actually never.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I talked about how I was like obviously collecting forever, and it wasn't until I got my first job out of college where I had money to buy cards for myself, and I started doing that. I graduated 2019, so like pretty much 2020, which is like the most cliche. Everyone got back into collecting. It just coincided with when I got money because I had a job, so I could buy cards. I'm not one of the people who came back because of Logan Paul. I was always here. I just couldn't afford it.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
But yeah, so I started buying cards, and I have a Discord with my friends in real life, and it used to be just 3 of us, and we expanded to like friends of friends, and now we have a Discord of like 60 people, but like everyone knows everyone, and it's like we're not as active more. We used to be active like 5 years ago. Everyone was so active, because we were all like in college, had free time, playing games. Peak COVID, we were all gaming from day till night. And I used to go out buy cards, and I would open them on Discord for them. And I would do this all the time. I would go out, buy cards, and I would stream it on Discord for like 5 of my friends. And I did it over and over and over again. And I was like, what if I hit the record button? And prior to that, I was like, because I was streaming it to my friends. That was how my first birthday stream came about. I said, let me do a Twitch stream and open so much product and open some of my favorite things that I've never been able to open and really want to open. And that's how I got into like all those like really expensive packs. And like I was buying it throughout the entire year. Like I'd buy like a few Evolutions packs, a few Cosmic packs. And I opened so many crazy cards in that stream. The one I did last year wasn't as crazy. I pulled okay cards, but definitely not like the first year. And after my Twitch, I was like, let me like do a YouTube channel and I don't know, just roll with it. And so my first few videos were horrible. I had no editing.
I think all of our first videos are just shit.
Obviously, there's no editing experience. There's no like experience in anything. I was like using like a free recorder. I remember I was like trying out like every single free movie editor, and I like found one that like I kind of liked, and I was editing in it. And then I had to like move it to another one because like I didn't actually like it. And I found the one I use now is Filmora. And I remember my first video, like I deleted the other editor and I extracted it and put it into Filmora. I was like, wait, I can't change anything because it's one video now. It's not like it's not all the different parts. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we just ship it. And then I just went with there. I just started recording videos and yeah, it just throughout the entire year, I was always teaching myself something new on how to edit. Eventually, it did become a lot where as much as I want to do something new every video, I like it, I think my editing right now is decent. It's not great, but the more advanced you get, the more time it takes. And I don't know, like sometimes it's overwhelming to like say, oh, I need so much more time for not as much return in like quality. Like every, when you're watching like these really popular videos, there's like a cut or something happening every other second.
Yeah, there's a lot of quick cuts, quick edits.
Yeah, and B-rolls here, B-rolls left and right, and voiceovers, and like it just constantly keeping your attention, and it takes a lot of work to do that. So I feel like I'm at a pretty good point right now where when I really do have the time, I can really show it, and that I'm pretty good at editing myself and just regular videos. They're not high quality or anything. I'm using like a cheap editor and make my thumbnails in Vista, like the Vista print. It's like similar to Canva.
Okay.
But yeah, so I just kept rolling with it. I tried to include a bunch, like I included my cousins in some of the videos. I had a video where there was no audio. All the audio broke. I still uploaded the video.
I've done that a handful of times.
I still uploaded it, but with like music in the back of it, like that went exactly. And I edited it so that it goes to the beat. Like every time I pull a card, it goes to the beat. And I tried to make it like as interesting as possible. I tried out videos with like just talking with like, oh, like what cards this is for Brilliant Stars. I was like, would it make a good investment video? I did like profit or loss video. I did new collection boxes. Yeah. My favorite thing is making educational videos. So I made one that's like, what can you expect inside a pack of Pokemon cards? Like, what are the rarities and stuff like that? I did a video on sets, on set symbols and what they mean and how you can tell them apart. And that's one of my favorite videos on my channel, even to this day.
That one I'm gonna have to check out because I just thought the symbols were there to be there. Like some of them make sense for the name, but others like, it's just a little design they put up there.
That only goes up to WotC. It's every WotC set, which is I think there's like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 12 or 13 of them.
Yeah.
But it's cool. And I did a starter guide for Pokemon, and I love those videos. They don't always do as well, but I love making those videos, and I feel like those are my favorite ones, even if they don't do the best. But that's how I started my channel, and where I want it to go is to be determined. I'm constrained with time and ideas and thoughts, and I kind of just go with the flow, see what comes up next, and yeah, I take it very relaxed. I had a point where I was like post, edit, like grind, and I was like, it burns you out.
I think that's probably why I love doing these conversations so much. Since they're live, don't have to edit a damn thing. Like the most work I have to do is when I have to look up something on eBay or a different website, like the stuff we have to do to share screens.
I try and do live streams, but I don't know. I feel like I want to be entertaining during a live stream. I don't really have much to offer besides like opening stuff sometimes, and I've shown a lot of my stuff off already, so it's like I can only do that so many times. I know Ian is always doing like
his Binder Love.
Different games, Binder Love, and I don't really do that stuff. And I just want it that if I'm streaming, like I love watching Rip and Shippers because they're just constantly opening packs, and obviously I can't do that, nor do I ever want to be a Rip and Shipper. But if I'm opening packs, I'm going to open them fairly quickly. I'm not going to sit through every pack as slowly as possible just to lengthen the stream and make it long. It'll be an hour stream, which I've noticed that I know I'm just talking now.
No, go ahead.
When I am streaming, after I hit like that 1 hour mark, all the viewers start to come in. Like my first hour has like 2 viewers, and then all of a sudden after 1 hour, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they all start. And I was like, all right, guys, well, I'm ending here, so I'm glad you joined for the last 10 seconds.
For the last couple seconds.
Yeah.
I felt bad one day. It wasn't a interview stream or anything like that. It was one of my streams where I'm going to open up some product, and I'm the same way. Like I'll have a couple of boxes. It might last like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then like right when I was saying like, hey, my name is Gonzo, I'll talk to you. Like I was doing my outro, I got raided. I'm like, well, shit. Like I normally would open up some more boxes for the raiders, do a giveaway or something. Yeah. But I was like, fuck, man, you wasted your raid. I felt bad, but at the same time, I appreciate it. I'm never going to be mad at it. Same thing with the chat. Like I appreciate the 1 or 2 viewers that do come in early. I appreciate the ones that stay the whole time. I'm never going to be upset when someone's like, hey, I'm sorry I missed it. Hey, man, life happens. Yeah. I get it. I can't attend every stream.
Honestly, I can't believe people say that. To like, I've had people tell me like, sorry I missed your stream. I was like, you were going to watch it? You were going to watch me? It's like, I can't believe that.
the fact that you took your time out of the day to even apologize for missing it it means a lot to me. Yeah, but you don't have to apologize. I get it. Yeah, and it's funny that I say it because then I apologize to Joey all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But motherfucker knows that I stream on Mondays, and he's like, I'm going to stream on Monday at 6 o'clock. Fuck you, Joey. I'll probably go in his stream after this. I'm like, hey, Joey, I saw you popped in, you little bitch. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't been banned on his his channel yet, but all the mods know me at this point
You got
too.
mod protection.
Yeah, I have a whiteboard now. What? I feel like I missed something. All I see is gas. I have a whiteboard.
Yeah.
What does the meaning TCG verse? Oh wait. Oh yeah. I saw it's coming. What do you? How are you going broke for YouTube? It's a free platform. Not unless you're you membered up for somebody and the card went away.
Hey man said, sorry, I missed your first year of YouTube.
yeah. Very nice, Ghastly. I don't know what's going on. I apologize because I tried to be there the whole stream from the beginning, Gonzo. No, and that's what I mean. Like, you don't have to apologize. If you need to go take a deuce and drop the phone or do something else, do some internet stalking, do what you gotta do. Like, I appreciate the 30 seconds, the minutes, the whatever it is you guys can come in and stop by. It means that means a lot by itself. Let's talk about the Critical Hit podcast for a little bit, because if I remember correctly, because I do remember Rock Sandy and Opossum sharing a podcast a couple months ago, but you guys just did episode 2. So is this a whole different team, or is this a different?
So same team but new channel.
Okay.
So it used to be on Dusty's channel, and
just strictly on his channel.
Yeah,
okay.
And so that kind of relied on Dusty to be there.
But he's in the military too, so
he's in the military too, and he just started going back to classes for school.
Okay.
And he also has a son, so he is pretty much has his hands full.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the feeling on that one.
And we honestly, so prior to the Critical Hit podcast, I had no idea who Opossum Bud. When I first joined the thing, I was like, oh my god, I'm about to be with like one of the most crazy YouTubers, Opossum Bud, like talking with him. This is gonna be insane. And also Roxanne was like, Roxanne, like everyone knows Roxanne. Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
But I tune into Dusty's channel a lot, and I like watching Dusty's channel and watching his content.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always commenting on it, and he was like, yo, you should come on. This is what he just started the podcast on. I commented on like his first one, and I was like, sorry, I missed it. I didn't even watch it. I missed it. And he's like, no problem, dude. We'd love to have you on. And I was like, wow. I was like, okay. Is this real? And so they invited me, and it was just Rock Sandy, Opossum, Dusty, Starman James, and there was a bunch of other people in the Discord. We have like Vault comes in every now and then. We have Axie who's in there also. He's joined like once or twice. I think Cool Ryan's been in there. Cool Ryan's been in there once. And OKJ Love's active in the chat that we have, and he's been on there once or twice, but he's in Australia, so
the timing's very
the time zone for all of us is hard because 2 of them are in Japan. We also have Alex, official Dark TV. So you don't know. There's a lot of people there, but they're not always all available at the same time.
Yeah. I found out that officials in Japan right now. I'm like, dude, I'll ship to you. You're on a base. Like that's still shipping to America as far as I'm concerned. Howdy, Ren. Ren's Collectibles in here. Ren is the one I was talking about who's very obsessed with Nostalgics. He's so obsessed to the point that Nostalgics TCG, this company, made a promo card out of him. A legitimate playable player card.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really fucking cool. It's good. I'm still waiting on my copy too, bitch. So Ren's Collectible is probably the reason why I might keep this box of Nostalgics or trade him for some Pokemon cards. But I used to be on his the Cardboard Addicts podcast team with him, and it was very similar. It was like I go in the chat one day, I just randomly found it, and I was like, "Oh, great show!" And then a grumpy Charizard hit me up, and he's like, "Hey, man, like, you want to come on one day?" I'm like, "Sure." And then I became a regular and a part-timer, and then at this point, it just got too much with school, my own channel, kids, and they're all on the East Coast, so that 3-hour time difference is like, hey, okay, guys, I got it. I got to take a step back. I got to reevaluate some things. They all understood. Like I said, I never left on bad blood. And if there is bad blood behind the scenes that I don't know about now, because I'm not in that group chat for that side, I want to know. But no, I still, they're all really good friends of mine. Ren, go fuck himself though, because he's also Air Force. Ren says, I feel that even being in the same time zone, because he works. He's a vet. He has a family. I get it. It's really hard. The Dragonite. It was you. What are we talking about?
He's talking about, I was confused at what he's saying first. I did a fitness video.
Oh, you lost weight. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier too. I think Shiny Vert would do that if we did a content creators fitness challenge. I think Vert would get on that. And I'm saying that to call his bitch ass out. Eat a banana. What's up?
I set a goal for myself. Like I said, I set a goal.
Yes, yeah, you do have to set a goal.
For every pound I lost, I got $5. For every day I worked out, I got $5. And I tallied it up. I opened a it was Fossil Pack Japanese, and I ended up pulling the Dragonite.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Bert lost 28 pounds doing the same thing. That is dope.
My goal is 28. My goal is 28 because I was 228 and my goal is 200. I'm 220 now, so I've lost 8 to 9 pounds.
I wish I was 220 pounds again.
What were you, like 190?
No,
I'm kidding.
God, that would be amazing if I was under 200 pounds again.
God, I want to be 199 so I can just say I'm under 200.
Me too. I am 68 pounds away from that though. I am 261 as of today from the doctor. 281 is not an easy thing to lose. Well done. 20 pounds. For some reason, I was like 281. What the fuck? Yeah, you don't look that big, Ren. Nice, great progress, Vert. Keep it up. Yeah, definitely keep it up, Vert. Do those leg days. Do those walks. I wish I was 100 pounds. Yeah, TCG versus a tiny child. He's our rock on in this side of the community. I had him on the channel. And when I was talking to him in chat and on comments and everything, I thought he was like a young 20-plus-year-old kid. And then after he said something during the interview, during the live stream, I'm like, what the fuck did this dude just say? And so after the stream ended, I'm like, bro, how old are you? He's like, I'm 16.
Yo,
and I was like, fuck.
I thought Rock was older.
Yeah,
I thought
so
he
did
was in his mid-20s. And he was like, nah, I'm 16. I was like, what the heck?
What the fuck?
He's like super well-spoken.
Oh, yeah. He's very articulate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Vision's not even 16 yet.
Yeah, he's 15.
He's 15, yeah. But Vision, I met Vision at Card Party. I met his parents at Card Party. Very cool kid. You can tell he still is a little shy around certain people, but he came out of that shell very quickly at some parts. Shiny Vert, dude, I don't know how I didn't put 2 and 2 together that you did that video with Metri. That was the first vid I saw from you because someone else sent it to me, and I was like, shit, seriously epic.
That is very, I don't know.
Yes, he's 15 right now.
That someone shared my video and that other people watched it. I really appreciate that. That's like one of those mind-blowing things. Like, oh my God, someone liked my video. Like, actually liked not just click the like button, but like it did something to them.
27 people liked this stream. So at least 27 people liked one of us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was gonna say something I completely forgot.
It happens to me all the time. Shit. I just call it a stroke and I die a little bit inside. Metri, what's the title? I'll watch it after.
I don't know what's the title. Let me go look.
Yes, look it up.
How I use Pokemon to help me lose weight. There you go.
E-Man Collects wants to know on the Q&A side of the chat. So if you guys don't know, there's a Q&A. Hit it and we'll ask us a question. We'll get to it. He wants to know, what is the next goal for your respective channels? My goal is just to get to 1K before the end of the year. So I have 3 months to hit 1K, guys. What is your goal? And for end of year or just short term, long term, just whatever.
So I did used to have a goal of to get monetized.
I would enjoy that.
And I kind of, so it wasn't really like I wanted it, but I kind of pushed it aside and said that doesn't really matter because while it would be cool to get monetized, obviously you don't really make much from it. I more so want it not for the money, but for the achievement aspect of it. I feel like I have achieved something once I reach that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really want to like be able to make the video. Whoa, right, hold on.
Yeah, take your time.
I want to be able to make the videos I want and at a semi-consistent rate, because right now I make videos I don't even like. Not every single one is one that I like in making, but I my goal is just to be relaxed about it. You know, I'm not gonna push myself like crazy. The whole thing, I started it for fun and I want to keep it for fun. And at the same time, I obviously want to improve. I'm not gonna sit back and make trash things just because it's for fun.
Yes, but
I don't necessarily have a goal in mind. Right now being on here is like I'm trying to think of the word, like being on the Critical Hit podcast, being on this, being able for ShinyVert to share my video, being able to talk to ShinyVert, being able to talk to all these people, just like a side effect of having the channel that I actually didn't know was going to happen. And I want to keep doing this and like being more part of the community. I think it's like so cool when someone knows who I am. I'm not exactly doing it for clout, but I think it's so cool. Like, oh, dude, that's Metri. And I just want to like, you know, do something for the people that you like, make something that people enjoy and that kind of thing. I
100% understand what you're trying to say, because as a smaller content creator myself, I would say a very small up and coming one. It's not I don't want to say humbling, because that's not the word. Like, you're not being humbled about anything.
Yeah,
it's just like a shock of, oh, I'm legitimately connecting with people. Because when I first started doing this, I was like, oh, maybe I'll just get my friends. I'll do like once a month. And then I realized, like, oh, like I could get people on here and talk to them every week, and we'll just hang out, talk for an hour, and we'll talk to chat. We'll talk to people. It's awesome. Like, and when Vert, because I got Vert, because Vert was one of those people, I'm like, I'm not going to ask him. I think I'll get turned down. I think I'll say no. Because I thought about asking him on sometime like fairly recently after Card Party. But I was like, you know what? No, I'll wait. But in my Instagram, I can't remember who was on, but I was like, hey, who would you guys like to see on this series one day? And someone replied with me. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I look at him like, oh shit, it was Vert. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna slide in those DMs real quick. So I'm like, let's do this. And he came on, and we both have been very active in each other's channels since then. I've even bought some of his mystery packs. They're worth it. They're really good mystery packs. I don't think he knew it was me, because I didn't use my 026 email. I used
the Pokerev name.
Yeah, I used the Pokerev name. I think I did. I used my personal email, but I don't think he knows my real name, or at the time he didn't. So if he waited, he waited. But either way, like, I got fucking cool cards. I'm going to buy some again. I'll probably use my wife's name this time, so he doesn't know for sure. Oh damn, we have Ian with Ian, the master of self-promotion. We dropped your name earlier in the chat, Ian. It wasn't bad. We admire how much you are willing to whore yourself out to many things.
If there's a Discord with a self-promote, you know Ian.
Yeah, I'm the same way though. Like, every once in a while, I'll like, oh man, I don't want to go back-to-back promotions, because there's some Discord servers I'm in where it's a very dead server. I'm in it because there's friends. So I'm like, oh, last one I posted, I was like, I was the last person posting self-promote, and it was 4 months ago. I'll wait. I'll still wait. I'll wait till someone else does it. But yeah, Ian Within is one of the greatest people. I'll say this to his face. I'll say it right now. I've kind of been to his apartment because I picked him up so we can go somewhere. I drove him around. He's been in my car. He was even at my kid's 1 year birthday party. He is one of the most down-to-earth people I've ever met in this community. And I could say that about a lot of people. With Jay's Corner, Pat Flynn, the Pidgey Boys, fucking everyone, pretty much anyone in Southern California, very down to earth.
I got to meet Ian with Ian at Orlando Collecticon, which was super. He was like the only, because I used to be in his. I mean, I am in his streams.
Get timed out in ShinyVert's Discord. Gonzo never picks me up. Fine, on the way to Orlando, I'll go pick you up and go to the airport, because I'm not driving from fucking Atlanta to Orlando.
But yeah, so like Ian was probably like the only person I was gonna know at Collecticon. I literally followed him around all day. Like I did not leave it. I was like, I have no friends here. This is my first time meeting you. But yeah, I just followed him around all day.
I didn't see Jay or Pat at the party. Fair.
He thought I was from Florida because he met me in Florida, and I kept telling him like, if you ever come to New York, like hit me up. And then another day, it was a few months ago, like
he was there for someone's wedding.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of people like content creators from New York and stuff. Like I know Charlamagne also went, and like everyone hung out. I was like, what the heck? And he's like, bro, we weren't in Florida, we were in New York. I was like, I am not from Florida. It's like, I think I've said it like 6 times. I'm not from Florida.
I'm not from Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian, in Joey's and Pat's defense, Joey lives in Anaheim, kind of. And he had plans with his family, and so did Pat. I did invite them. They did respond. Shiny Vert, I accidentally dropped my stream link today in a channel that's not self-promote because I don't have access. But I wasn't paying attention and got timed out for 2 hours by the bot.
Oh, God.
I did that in Vault's channel once. I was like, oh, he has a self-promote. Drop my link. And then a mod was like, you can't fucking do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, you can't fucking post that here. Go to self-promote. And I looked down like, oh, I was in self-promote. He goes, oh, it's because you're not high enough level. I was like,
5.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just fucking kill myself. I was like,
for anybody in the chat that does watch Vault, if there's a video I could recommend, it's the video where I open his mystery box because I impersonated him. And I think I did a pretty good job. And that's one of my favorite videos on the channel because I did the whole green screen thing and everything. But what was it? I am so bad at remembering what I was going to say.
Probably a group. We all need to go to Georgia to make Shiny Vert feel happy. Even though he lives in Georgia.
There's a restaurant in Georgia that I'm like dying to go to, and I went. All my friends went to Georgia once, and I ended up getting COVID that trip. It's called The Gray. It's a Michelin star restaurant. I'm a big food. I love expensive restaurants.
Yeah, is it in Atlanta or Savannah? Oh, I know exactly where it is. I've been to it. I was in.
Gray? It's like a soul food type Michelin star.
It's really fucking good. Yeah, I went there because I was in Glencoe, Georgia, which is a training facility for federal government law enforcement. And we drove to Savannah, which was like 2 hours away. And my buddy was like, well, we saw some cool stuff in Savannah. Now what? And this guy was like, now what? Go to the Gray. And we're like, okay. So we just went there on a whim, and we're like, wow, oh, it's so good. It was kind of pricey, but worth it.
Oh yeah,
it's expensive. It was one of those worth it places.
I live in New York, so we have a lot of good food. Well, we have pizza. No, that is not. We have the best of any cuisine you can ever imagine.
That's a lie. You don't have good Mexican food.
Oh, we have good Mexican food. We have.
No, that's because it's Puerto Rican. There's a difference, or Dominican. It's one of those non-Mexicans.
He said, dude, I gotta go now. There's another restaurant called Crab Shack out there on the water. It's beautiful, great seafood, and the best part, there's cats that literally. Oh, that's awesome! Cats that walk around.
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. I'll stand by it. New York has the best food, hands down. I've been to a lot of great restaurants. I love freaking food.
When I was in Egypt, Egypt had some really good food too. Egypt? Yeah, I've been to Egypt when I was in the Navy. We went to a street vendor, and I was like, hey, can I have some? And he's like, yeah, this. And he just gave me a plate of food. I have no idea what it is because I'm one of those people, like if I don't want to know what the mystery protein is until after I eat it, and I ate it, I'm like, oh, that was really good. He goes, you want to know what it is? I'm like, nope, not with that fucking smile on your face, not at all. So yeah, I have no idea what it is. It kind of looked like not a falafel. It kind of looked like a gyro almost, or a gyro. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It could be like, let's say hawashi. It's either like hawashi or was it a pita?
It was in pita bread, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably hawashi, which is like it's like a minced meat with onions and parsley and peppers and
it was that. It was really good. I didn't want to know what the mystery meat was.
Together, they cook it all together so that like the meat kind of is like it's not like stuffed in it. It's like cooked in the bread. It's not it's not in the bread, but like they heat it all together and you kind of get like one scene.
Yeah, they kind of like toast, they cook all it up, toast the bread and then put it in there together. Yeah.
It was 100% hawashi.
It was so good. It was really good.
I love Egyptian street food.
It's pronounced gyro. Fair enough.
I say gyro, but Shiny asked a question. He said, do y'all think Pokemon content is oversaturated? Does it make it harder for more new people to grow? 100%. But I definitely think, as oversaturated as it is, good, and this is now, I guess, in gaming knowledge, it's a skill gap. Good editing will always triumph. Even if it is oversaturated, it'll just take you longer to grow. But if you have those quick cuts back and forth and like OK J-Love does a lot of it, and where you have the card show on, you have the card show, you go back. Also, he's has a bit of the person. It also takes a personality.
You need a personality. You can't you can't be dry.
Having just the cards, or if I'm doing I have a video that's a PSA return. If I just show the cards, here's the card. Here, I just did that backwards. Here's another card. Like it's boring.
Yeah.
We need as people like stimulation.
When I do my card reveals, I either make it a game with my friends, and I'm like, hey, whoever gets the most right, they're gonna win one of the slabs. But then I also tell a story like, oh, this is why I graded this card. I remember when I pulled this card. I remember when I got this one from this rip and shipper. Yeah. I got this from this. You have to give a story behind it too. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes like the card, like Shiny Vert did it the other day, so I'm not shitting on them. But but it's different because I'm only showing off like 10 to 20 cards. He's showing off 50. He did like 50 cards recently from PSA. Like that's a little different because you need to get to the cards, and he's also showing off the amount of what they're worth. Yeah. So but again, there's a difference. I'm not shitting on his style. It's just mine is 10 to 20. I'm going to tell you how I got them, what it is, the background. He's showing you on the seller side, like this is how much this card is. This is what's going on here. And I think a lot of his cards he bought on TCG Player for near mint, and he's getting them back, and they're like 4 and 5s, and he's telling you like, yo, what the fuck, man? So there's very differences. And it got wrecked. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he fucking 100 of them, and some of them. Yeah,
I don't think it matters what space you're in on YouTube.
We need well, I missed something. Why is the chat saying? Why is he saying we need dragons? What about moist? What the fuck are we talking about?
I think he's talking about Moist Critical, because Moist Critical I don't know if you know who Moist Critical is.
Yeah.
A YouTuber. He sits in front of the camera and talks. There is nothing on the screen except for him talking, and he's kind of grandfathered into that. There are people who are not, the most interesting. I used to watch a lot of Moist Critical, and now after like so many years, like I can only take so much of him just talking to the screen, and his jokes are kind of reused a little bit, the same little like dirty things that he says. Like he says them all the time. And he does. Yeah. He said he has ridiculous views.
Yeah,
and he's a funny guy. And
negativity sells, living proof.
Yeah,
yeah.
But he is funny, and he goes over he covers everything under the sun.
Yeah.
So he's hitting everything at some point, and he's also, like I said, he's grandfathered in. He's had his channel forever. He started from the bottom, and
literally,
yeah.
Yeah, he started out as an actor, didn't he?
Oregon Trail. I don't know if anybody's seen that video from him. That's one of his oldest videos.
Wasn't he like a child actor at one point, and then he got into the YouTube thing?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought
he was an extra, but I don't know if he was an extra as a child. I know he has like one claim to fame where he was an extra in Hunger Games, and like he brings it up so often. Like, yeah, I was in Hunger Games. Oh, he was in The Walking Dead also. It's actually so funny.
Oh, he's an extra. Okay.
Yeah.
Charles White, IMDb. Let's do this. We're gonna talk shit about Moist Critical. Get talked on. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully he talks about it. Hey, Charlie, go fuck yourself. He's probably gonna like, who the fuck's this guy? And at this point, he has to know we don't care.
Hey guys, today I was watching some YouTube on a Pokemon channel, and they were talking crap about me. So today I'm gonna talk crap about them.
Yeah, He's known for Last of the Grades, God Slap, Moist Meteor, Deep Dive.
Godslap is his band.
Oh,
He has a band.
I don't care about your directing or writing. Give me your actor. Hive Mind, Killer Bean. It looks like it's some voiceover stuff, mostly for some other.
Oh
nonsense.
yeah, he does do voiceover stuff too. I don't think that's how he started. I think
Yeah.
Do you remember all his like parody videos where it's like he's talking over ShamWow or like
Oh yeah. The guy, the dude who beat the fuck out of his hooker girlfriend or whatever.
I mean, I'm not referring about to him. I'm just talking. He used to take those videos and be like,
yeah, I do remember those.
remember
Those
what it
were
was.
real cringy. That was years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. TCG verse on the Q&A side says, "What is the hardest thing you've experienced in your journey as a content creator?" Like, even though we're both small, burnout is a real thing.
I didn't hear the question. Sorry, I was typing.
Oh.
But
TCG verse wants to know, what is the hardest thing you've experienced in your journey as a content creator?
yeah, probably lack of motivation because
Mhm.
it takes a toll mentally where you feel like you're letting yourself down. You're letting like people like I have no like I don't expect anything I don't think anyone's watching my videos be like, damn, I hope he posts another video. But like I don't know, it just you put it on yourself where like you set these expectations for yourself and it's sometimes very hard to meet those self-made expectations and you're like go into a little spiral and that's why I try to keep things as like chill as possible.
Yeah.
But that's probably the hardest thing is just the drain it takes. It's honestly not easy.
It's not, because even though it's
how big or small you are.
Yeah, because there's a lot more work than you think there is that you need to put into the video. You have to put a video idea together. Then you have, and if you don't do it like Pat, because Pat does thumbnail idea. He doesn't do idea thumbnail.
Yeah.
So in that I tried to do that once. I'm like, I can't do anything.
He does the thumbnail first?
Yeah, he does thumbnail first. Yeah, and then he comes up with the idea. If he does another YouTube panel at Card Party, are you going to Card Party for?
I am.
Jensen?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, if he does another one, I highly recommend you go. I went to the panel for this one. Very informative, awesome. Dan Norton, his producer, will even stay afterwards to answer questions. He'll get off stage and he'll let people walk up to.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
He will. They both will let you pick their brain. Like I messaged both of them today. I'm like, hey, have a safe trip and enjoy VidCon. I'm like, hey, you guys better know I'm gonna pick your brain afterwards. And Pat was like, oh, absolutely. He was like, I'll be mad if you didn't. Like he's that. Like they're both very down to earth, and they want like I don't think people understand when Pat says he wants to see people grow. He wants the community to grow. He means it. Yeah. He 100% means it.
I'm gonna take my video off for a second,
Okay.
so I can find something on my phone because I'm using my camera for my phone. Because ShinyVert asked, "Does negative comments affect y'all?"
Not really. I don't get them that often.
It doesn't either, but I have some really funny ones that I need to pull up on my phone, so I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Go ahead. While you're doing that, I'm gonna read the next question on the Q&A side from Bay Showcase. Do you guys believe live streams are the way to go, and that they get views/subs more quickly, as in comparison to traditional long-form content? Live streaming is a double-edged sword, especially the way I do it. There's very little interaction besides the talking heads with me and my guest and with you guys. That's pretty much all it is, unless I find something to do with a share screen or share photo or something I can very easily pull up and show you guys. But the views are going to be the same if it was even one of my regular long form pre-recorded content, but the watch time is what you want to pay attention to. The views is great. They're cool. They help, but the watch time is what you want. Because I'm watching the live analytics of my live stream, and I can see the dips and climbs of the
I
people
stopped
watching.
doing that. I stopped doing that.
So did I, but that's what you and that's one of the notes that Pat talked about during his YouTube thing is you kind of want to watch the dips in your pre-recorded content and watch your video back and be like, Okay, that's where people are dipping. Okay, well, is that a trend in all my videos where I'm doing this particular thing? So watch for your dips, watch for your inclines, watch what they're doing, and see what your viewers like that you're doing. But as far as getting subs go, it's what we were talking about earlier. It doesn't matter if you're doing a live stream, pre-recorded content, or shorts. You need the personality. You need a lane. You need something to not to be different or stand out, but that's what you do need. You need to be able to stand out. You need to be able to do something different. Like I know Joey's doing a podcast with people, but he does his like once a month, maybe twice a month. Poker Radar does a podcast with guests, but the biggest difference that he does that I do is his isn't live. His is a premiere, so he has a much tougher job interviewing somebody than I do, because he can't, like, if he runs out of questions, that's it. The podcast is over. Or if he can't think of any more questions, or if he has if he just sits there and is like, I forgot what I was going to say. If I do that, you guys are going to roast me, and then we can roast each other for 10 minutes. But I can very easily fall back on you guys to help me in the Q&A side, or you guys have questions that I can never think about. And as far as gaining subs, probably live streams would be the way to go if you're trying to gain subs, because then you can put subscribers only in chat, and people have to subscribe if they want to talk shit to you. That's my take on that question. I don't know if you have a take on it, because you don't, honestly, like you said, you don't live stream that often, except
I don't.
On your podcast.
I kind of missed some of what the question was while I was looking for my things, which I did find, and I'll share them on screen. Mm-hmm. But we can still hit you can hit me with the question again.
What's good, Shug Nasty? Bay Showcase says, do you guys believe live streams are the way to go, and that they get views / subs more quickly, as in comparison to traditional long form content? But you can have that same argument about shorts.
So I'm going to say no. Streams do not get you subs. I think obviously shorts get it, but it's not the shorts. It's not the subscribers you want.
No. Good
long form content. And if someone subscribes to a long form content, that is the type of subscriber you 100% want. What a live stream will do.
J-Rob. Sorry.
It's okay. What a live stream will do is portray yourself much better than any video you post can. If someone's able to interact with you live and you respond to them, they are so much more likely to stick around, because and it's the same thing for me. If I go to anyone's live stream and they're interacting with me, which is why one of my favorite people to hang around with is Jay, is he has so many people in there and will still always call me out, respond to me, whatever. It's like he makes you feel wanted, and that's honestly it's a human thing, I guess. But you want to get your subs from long form content. Shorts are good, but I honestly think shorts at a smaller channel are not helpful, and you shouldn't really be doing it. And once you have like a better balance of viewers and viewship that you're getting on your videos, start making shorts so that like you can cater to another audience and hopefully get them onto your videos. And then live streams are a great way to just show yourself off.
Yeah. I try to get in the chat, like Jay. You're right. Jay does it really well. Like he'll look.
It's hard. It's actually not easy.
It is extremely hard. Like I used to be able to do it when I only had 4 people in the chat, but now I'm getting up there in the teens and
honestly,
the high 20s.
It's a lot harder when you get like even 10, 20 people. It's like yeah.
Because like I said earlier, I'm like, oh, I saw a chat. Let me scroll up. Like, damn. But you do every once in a while. We do take a break and go to the chat. And we scroll up and down. We acknowledge you guys. But like J-Rob, I haven't seen him in the chat in a long time, so I got excited to see him. He's my sugar bear. J-Rob, live streams are cool to interact with people. Exactly.
All right. Do we still have Shiny Vert here?
We should,
because I am going to show you. There's 5 comments that over time that I have gotten that honestly it doesn't bother me at all, but I think they are so funny. And
that's what I was just telling him. I'm like, there's some comments that make me go, damn, but I just move on because it doesn't get to me. It's just like, that was a good one.
All right. Here is, I'm going to share it right now. Let's see. There you go. So this is the first one. It says, you look like Harry Potter's bisexual cousin. That's one of my favorite ones.
That's a fucking good one.
We had someone who said, yeah, you're gonna get a dislike, fam. Worst card opener I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, that's an opinion.
And then we got cringe man, just pull the card. This is for one of my shorts where like I took too long to pull the card.
We've all done that.
You took like 30 years, like nobody cared if you're pulling the card or not, just pull it. That's on the same short. It was a short that popped off, so I got so many hate comments. And then we had grown men playing little games, kids games for money. Crazy how times change, what's worth something. It's kind of neat. Besides the fact that in a few generations, we'll have no real men to do the necessary jobs, just a bunch of grown boys on YouTube playing with cards. And I was like, this was a long time ago. And it's not 2 hours ago. This is a long time ago. And I was just like, I am so small and insignificant. And how did you find my channel and want to type this out? Like, where is this coming from? Like, what's held up inside of you?
And that's the other thing. Like, shorts are very analytical. So what are you watching on YouTube that's what's popped up? Like, it's like shorts are targeted ads. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, what? All right, man, whatever. And that's like, I had someone do the same shit to me in one of my very first live streams. And they were like, man, like he was like, you're probably so unmanly. Like, you guys are talking about fucking Pokemon. And one of my friends who I served with in the military was in the chat. He goes, bro, he's former military police and current and this is when I was still working. He was like, in current law enforcement. Just as a heads up, he talked to me what he did this morning. Have you ever cleaned prostitute blood off your hands before? And I'm like, damn. Like he left. The guy, all he replied was like, I'm leaving. That's all he said. I'm like, all right, I didn't have to say anything. But like, you don't.
YouTube persona is not the actual person.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was just so funny. He was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I see those ones quite a bit, like grown men doing this.
I post a video a month. Like I am not. This isn't my job. I have a life outside of this. Like if I'm posting a video a month, I'm truly a failure if this is the only thing I'm doing.
Yeah. Ian says I troll Vert. Yeah, we all troll Vert. Vert's easy to troll. I'm a turtle for the most part.
Dude,
he's hard on the outside, soft in the inside.
Jay's Corner TCG and their viewers just joined. I was hoping I could watch him afterwards. Come on, go turn your stream back on. I think he's raiding.
No, he's not. I don't see nothing. Where do you see that at?
It came up on my screen.
Oh, it's probably because it didn't come up on mine. That's Jay's called rating. My stepmom and dad. Jay's rating my Pokemon boyfriend. He's so pretty. Damn it, Jay was on. Yeah, Jay was on. He started a half hour after I did, so I'm surprised that he's coming on.
Sales were low today.
Jay's Day Raid. Welcome.
I was hoping that I could come to your stream afterwards because I like watching.
Same here. Heart is fucking funny. She shows up to my after dark after dark streams, and she's like, "Bro, I got stories." I'm like, "You got stories?" Yeah, and she shared some of them in chat. How you going, Raider? Scatter Mines, Cobra Diamond, Dizzy Hippie. Dizzy loves me. Son of a Merc. You are already in here. Ouch. Sheesh, says R Ventures. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for the raid, Jay. I'll tip. I will make sure you're paid quite heftily for your raid feed. But for you Raiders, if you guys do not know, I am Gonzo, and this is my good friend Professor Metri. This is Creator Chat, where we talk to Pokemon content creators throughout YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all the fun stuff. And we talk about Pokemon and life in general. We do have a Q&A open if you guys want to ask some questions.
Jay is here.
Just like, what'd you say? Jay's here.
Daddy Jay is here.
Daddy Jay. Yeah, Jay. Man, Jay's got some legs. Yagawa. Hello, J-Raid. Thank you guys so much for coming in and subscribing. Don't forget, if we get to 900, I'll do a fancy little giveaway for you guys in chat. Ren's Collectible says on the Q&A side, with the Pokemon content world being very saturated, would you consider doing another TCG or other hobbies? I feel like we kind of touched on this one a little bit, talking about Lorcana, One Piece, and everything, and even nostalgics. Um, it is very saturated, but to a point where we're fine. Most of us are happy that we're getting product. Ayo, Metri says Yagua. As far as if I'm going to collect anything else besides Funkos and other TCGs, it would probably be more comics. I'm also a comic book reader.
I've posted videos on my channel that are not Pokemon. I have a One Piece live stream that was kind of bad because it was like off my phone when I was traveling. I have a few Dragon Ball Z videos and maybe one Yu-Gi-Oh video. I like making other content or other cards. I just like opening them.
Yeah, it's a secret, says Jay. I don't know what the secret is. No, why? I did see a question in here, Zaddy J. Shiny Vert, who's giving you death threats? Like, why is the world? What would the world ever do with that? I don't see a single reason they deserved it. Yeah, death threats are a little much. Getting a jump on the werewolf costume, hey, Ricky, you know. No, I honestly, I just got late. I am very open about my depression, PTSD from the military. To be honest, I just lost motivation because of depression, and now I'm just too lazy to shave it off. That's why the beard's there.
You just gotta trim it up.
I do. I will trim it up sooner or later because I actually am starting to like it a little bit. Jay, why such a short stream? It's because he got a short wiener. Where did that question? I saw a question from Diamond, and there it is. What is your favorite type of Halloween candy? Last subject topic.
I have an easy one, or I have one that is my favorite, and the reason it is literally Halloween candy because you literally only get it during Halloween, and it is the Twizzlers where it's the small one, and it comes with like 2 of them, and for whatever reason the ridges are like super thick on them.
Yeah,
it's my favorite candy. It's so like Twizzlers is my favorite candy, but those are my favorite version of Twizzlers, and they don't make them except for those really small ones that come in like the bag of like 15 other candies, and I'm like picking them out just for like 3 pieces.
I am a pull and peel guy. I like the cherry. I like the pull and peels.
I do like those.
Did you know though that red vines are raspberry flavored?
I've only had like red vines like once because I think it's a texture thing. I don't think they have the same texture as Twizzlers.
Is Twizzlers licorice? I would say it's licorice.
Yeah. I mean, licorice is a flavor, so.
Yeah. No.
So.
Yeah. Well, I don't fucking know, man. I'm not a foodie. I'm not a food scientist. Yeah. JK, take it back. Take what back, Jay? Y'all talk about the dollar menu yet? Yeah, that was the first thing we talked about, Dizzy, on stream tonight. The dollar menu, just to get it away. They all taste like plastic. Wait, hold on, Shug. Halloween candy or candy in general?
You have COVID. Yeah. They all taste like plastic. You have COVID.
You have COVID. Yeah. No, my favorite candy is Reese's Pieces, specifically. Not Reese's Pieces. Well, yeah, I do love Reese's Pieces, but Reese's Big Cup specifically.
Ooh, yeah. I love Reese's Cups.
Yeah. Bay Showcase, not sure, man. Probably no time soon. What are we doing, Bay? Oh, he wants to know when you're coming back down to San Diego. When are you coming to San Diego, Metri, to hang out with all the cool kids on the West Coast?
I don't know. It's going to be a while. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
That's fair.
A trip to San Diego is for all the way from the West Coast. It's a bit of a trip that has to be, and I would obviously love to. I was just on the West Coast, but I was only there for 4 days. I went to Seattle with some of my friends, and that was a great time. And then we also went to Vancouver, and we just hiked, ate good food, and explored. I definitely do want to come to California. I've been to California once in my life when I was really young. But Metro said East Coast, where I'm in New York. I live on Long Island.
Ooh, nasty. Shinyver says, I like the rope candy that you have to slowly eat, and then when you get to the end, never mind. I know where you went after that. Reese's made dipped. Oh, hold on. Dipped animal crackers. They are on point. I've never had them. Nerds ropes are fucking good. Okay, son of a brought up.
I only like the inside of the Nerds rope. I don't like the Nerds. I like the little gummy
the chewy part.
Yeah.
No, I like both. I like the tangy tartness of nerds. I like nerds.
I'll rip out the outside and just eat the inside.
You circumcise your nerd's rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, circumcisions are. I mean, they're not for everybody. I don't like my stuff cut.
All right.
Never mind. Moving on. That's not the podcast.
We're not the
yet,
After
guys.
Dark one.
No, it's not yet. He said he doesn't like the nerds, and we all like Pokemon. Clip it. Yeah, clip that. Canceled. But Professor Metry, thank you so much for coming onto the channel. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day talking about Critical Hit Podcast. Please, guys, subscribe to Professor Metry if you have not already. Subscribe to his podcast that he does with
podcast. We just started a new channel for it.
Yes.
I think you find it because it's like so small. It's Critical Hit Podcast 2000. Maybe that'll like make it show up if you don't find it right away. Otherwise, it's usually on all of our socials, like when we do it. But yeah, those are a lot of fun, and it's because they're so. Oh shoot! You know what? Let me plug something right now.
Plug it.
Critical Hit Podcast, and I think it is going to be on Friday, the 13th of October. We're gonna have Pokerev on.
You won't even respond to me. You look. But and I was about to get to the reason why.
100%. I don't think it's 100% locked in yet, but you'll definitely see it on our socials when it is. Dusty and Opossum and Rock especially. Rock brings in the most viewership and everything out of anybody else. It's so funny because he's so young and has the most presence out of anyone. Yeah, so we're excited to have him on. We're not going to do any sort of like interview type thing. It's still going to be the same, just like we've obviously
just talk about the current events. Yeah,
or just talk. We talk about whatever. But yeah, so that'll hopefully be on the 13th. We kind of plugged it last stream, and like Dusty was like, "Am I supposed to say that?" Like, but yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, because and I was about to bring that up. Your cohorts are Dusty, Starman, Rock Sandy, yourself, and Opossum Bud. Yep. You guys all have a podcast called Critical Hit Podcast. You have 2 episodes up. Very good podcast. You guys have some really great takes. A lot, like, again, we talked about it earlier with Opossum. Not everyone has to agree, but there is a lot of the same takes because we're all part of the same community for the most part. So again, guys, subscribe to Critical Hit Podcast. Link in the chat. Subscribe to Professor Mentry. Link in the description down below. Is there anything you want to plug besides Pokerev? You fucking that dude. That's a good one. Anything for your channel that you want to plug? Any specific video you want us to watch and check out?
I said just the only video I said was the one where I copied Pokevault, which is I think I just wrote I opened Pokevault's mystery box. That is honestly one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. It's I watch it and I'm like, wow, that's kind of funny. But yeah. Thank you for having me on. This was honestly so much. I honestly thought I was like, dang, bro, we're supposed to be like talking like for how long? Like an hour and a half? Like how is this? And the weight loss one, Shinyverse said I guess that's a popular. People are gonna like that one, and I hope it motivates you to get skinny because I'm trying to get skinny. We're all a little fat in the Americas.
Yes.
What was I just saying?
That you didn't know we were gonna how to talk.
Oh yeah, I was like, dang, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this go for more than an hour. And now we are on 2.5 hours, and this was a lot of fun.
Yes, like I said, it's very different from Radar because like we're saying, it's Radar talks to one person. So if he has nothing else to say, that's it. But we can be like, oh well, we got chat. What's up, motherfuckers? What you got? But thank you again, Professor Metry. I'm so sorry. I just found out that you're a real person.
It's all right.
Next week, my next creator chat will not be on Monday next week. It's going to be at a different time again. It's going to be with Pokediz. We're going to talk about his baby announcement. He just found out the gender. We're going to talk about Card Party. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff with Pokediz. I can't wait to have him on. Again, guys, my name is Gonzo. That's Professor Metry. And don't forget, collect how you want to collect. Peace.
Peace, everyone.